There we go. Live battle report from the Long War at the Beats Lab in Southern Pines. We've got Austin Wingfield, A-Dog. You guys might remember this dude. He has been a part of our show for a long time. This is my boy.
Dude, I cannot wait for this game right here. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Excuse me, guys. So what we got going on right now is we got Juice versus Shay. We've got them new orcs on deck versus a classic demon build. We're going to be running through those lists for you guys, but rather than bore you with it, ! Lists. If you're over on Twitch, you just type that command in. It will bring you to a link that will take you to the Beats Lab page, and you will be able to observe those lists all by yourself. We've got Boots on the Ground Dan at the Beats Lab right now, reporting to us live, and we're going to show you what the table looks like right now while they're picking secondaries, and we will have an update on secondaries. I'm going to turn it over to Austin to kind of brief you on maybe some of the keynotes of these lists.
Cool. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going to start with the demon list. We got double battalion and a super heavy auxiliary. Obviously, Magnus is going to show up today. We're going to see the big bird on the table. Talk to the player before the game. It looks like he's got some buffing powers, so he's going to make himself -1 to hit, give himself that +1 invulnerable, and obviously the most powerful ability he has is warp time, able to move himself twice. See if he can get into some funny spots. So I play Magnus. I take him a little differently, more aggressive, more offensive powers. But when he's solo by himself, these are the powers he needs.
Yeah, when you solo by himself, but it's interesting because he has a Bloodthirster in the list as well, right? So the Bloodthirster is not normally considered a very competitive choice, but it's interesting because now your opponent's gonna have 2 targets, right?
So competitive or not, he is a Tyrannosaurus, so he's a problem. So the reason people don't think he's as good is because he's so good, he dies quickly. Because but in Juice's list, I'm not sure he's got the reach in the shooting phase to deal with a Thirster quickly. So we may get to see a Thirster do what he does in the fight phase, which would be a lot of fun. Back to the list, the double battalions is cool. It's going to get him the CP he needs because, trust me, this demon list needs some command points to make all the tricks happen. I think we'll start with the Corn battalion. He has a Corn Prince and the Bloodthirster. He has souped them up a little differently. Kenny, you had mentioned he didn't take the Axe of Corn, the Super Axe relic. He took the Crimson Crown.
For those extra sweet attacks.
Basically he's fishing for extra attacks with his Bloodletter bombs. So he has 1 big Bloodletter bomb and then 2 small Bloodletter units. Can't call them bombs because I doubt he'll even deep strike them.
It's basically just to have the battalion unlocked. So real quick, I got an update from Boots on the Ground Dan. We have secondaries, ladies and gentlemen. We have Juice picked Recon, which is being all 4 corners of the map, even partially, with at least a unit, partially. He also marked 4 units for death. The 30-man Bloodletter Bomb, Magnus, the Bloodthirster, and the Corn Dogs in the list. Shay picked Headhunter, Recon, and Reaper. Headhunter, they both picked Headhunter, which means kill HQs, right? Recon is the same thing. They're going to be in all 4 corners of the map, but he picked Reaper, which is obvious, against an Orc Army, which is for every 20 models slain, it gets a point to a maximum of 4 secondaries on deck.
Those are interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if he can pick. Marked is always something funny that I kind of stay away from because people know that you mark them.
Right.
So,
marking is getting more and more popular in ITC format because now you can just mark integral units. Like, for example, marking Magnus and the Thirster. Now what? You're not going to use the 1,000 points of your army you paid for?
That's a good point. I'd say a list more like yours. You may change the way you play with your cultist unit if somebody marked them.
Right, exactly. So you got to be clever about how you mark it.
Absolutely. Headhunter is always fun. I'm curious to see who picks it up first. I'm assuming both players will kill 4 characters. So just so you guys know, I'm going to take a bet that says the Demons will kill 4 Orc characters before the Orcs do.
I can see that. But real quick, we've got some CPs being spent pre-game. Shay dropped 4, deep striking and the banner. 2 more for deep striking the Thirster. So he's actually deep striking the Bloodthirster, deep striking the Bloodletter Bomb, and he's upgrading to the Banner of Blood. So he's down 4. Juice is deep striking the 3 Dreads. They are playing the Table Quarters deployment. They are preemptively deploying Psychers to save time. He can't deploy as fast as Shay, so he's just going nuts trying to game the clock right now.
So little interesting. Deep striking the Thirster here. Obviously, he must have a plan, or that's how he's used to running it. He just spent 6 CP as the demon player. It costs 2 CP to deep strike the Thirster. I think his power level is too high.
Is his power level beyond the maximum?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure to deep strike one of the big boys, and he is one of the big boys.
Oh yeah, it's over 8. It's 2 CPs if you're over 8 CP.
Definitely. So that's 2. The banner's 1, and deep strike the unit is 2. So, or excuse me.
Yeah. So he dropped. So the banner is so he spent 2 on deep striking the Bloodletters and 2 on the banner, and then 2 more for the Bloodthirster. So he already dropped 6.
6. So 13 minus 6 is ouch, right?
Sorry, we had a misspell. I was like Psychers to save time. Sorry, guys. He's preemptively deploying Storm Boys up front. And most of the Gretchens are already on the table, as you can see. Juice is doing his best to manage this clock right now to get his prodigiously higher model count army on the table.
Yeah, you got to do some things. And when I play large model count armies, I actually will just tell my opponent, I'm just deploying this large unit, but I'm going to set up all my characters and stuff where they need to be so that they fit perfectly. So I don't waste time. And honestly, it's cheating, I guess, if you move your models out of the way to fit your character in there. So I recommend doing that first. Yeah,
technically, you got to be on top of that. Real quick, guys, if you want to see detailed lists, you have to be on Twitch. !lists to trigger the command, which will give you the link to observe these lists. If anybody's having trouble with that, that's the situation. Twitch is the predominant platform for live content, even though we are simulcast on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, and on Twitch. Austin, and also, is either list favored? Is a question.
It's a good question. I don't know yet. I know what the demons can do, and I think I know what the orcs can do. To be honest, I'm really liking orcs, and I do think the orcs are probably favored in this, but we haven't seen them on the table yet. This is going to be fun for me. I'm sure fun for Kenny to see. Hey, we mapped it out. We've read a lot, but we actually get to see painted models on the table and see what they get to do.
So boots on the ground. Dan is telling me the Changeling, the Herald, the Zeech are screened with brimstones, as you can see. Let me pull out the old Madden app for you guys so you guys can see exactly what I'm pointing at here. So right here, we got some crucial characters in the top right. I know Austin can't see what I'm doing. The top right, and you can see there's some brimstones screening them all around right here. So this is going to protect him. He does have his corn dogs out right in front, which is a bold choice. I think he's putting a lot of stock in a unit that's not very good. And it's already marked, and I think Juice was clever to mark it because it's like, hey, you can hide these guys the whole game or you can play with them.
Well, so, I'm going to hop. Juice is sweating on time, like you said, Kenny. He's a little nervous about playing with this model count. He's playing with Guard, but Guard is easy, in my opinion, because all their stuff, you already know what they're going to do. The Orcs have a much larger toolbox, I think, so he really needs to already know what the game plan is when he says go, so he doesn't waste time thinking during the game.
No, for sure. So if I were to pick a list, I'm absolutely in this matchup going to be picking the Orcs to put the beat down on the Demons because I have a couple of reasons. I think Orcs are ridiculous right now with how many attacks they can throw down, how fast they are, the new teleporting stratagem. They've got a lot of great efficiency they didn't used to have. Great little tricks like being able to fall back out of combat and still charge. And to be honest, this demon list is a little sub-optimized as far as competitive play goes. He has a Bloodletter Bomb. He has Magnus. 2 outwardly competitive units, but Magnus typically is not supported with a Bloodthirster. But the cool thing about this matchup is we will see this Bloodthirster make combat. That is not something you can guarantee in most games of 40k, so that's interesting. But at the end of the day, I don't think the Demons are as optimized as it could be to go up against this weight of numbers. But at the end, this is ITC. So how do you gain points in ITC missions?
You got to play. You got to play missions. You got to play. So demons they have tricks. My concern with our demon friend here is he's only going to play with 7 CP now. So looking at the tricks they can do, they have so many cool things I would like to talk about, but he's not going to be able to do them all now. Really, he's going to swing twice with bloodletters, and he's going to be down to 4 CP, right? So after that, what do you do with 4 CP? Reroll some stuff. I don't know if he can do everything you think he can. So orcs are looking good in the fact that
they have resource management is on point right now. It's on fleek, as the cool kids would say. Real quick, I just wanted this is an update. Boots on the ground, Dan. The Beats Lab is giving away a Beats Lab gaming T-shirt to anybody who can go over to the community page and successfully, or as close as possible, predict the final score of this game in the ITC format. So all you gotta do is head on over to Beats Lab community page, start putting your predictions in now, and then a winner will be announced probably tomorrow, and you'll get a free shirt. So definitely check that out.
Some badass merchandise, so you should absolutely head over there and get that. I don't know what the score is going to be. These are always fun. I think it'll be closer than not close, I would hope. I'm going to jump back into this list and finish this up. I was in the Corn Battalion. He does have the Brimstone Battalion, so a Change Caster, the Changeling, and 3 cheap squads of Brimstones. In both of these battalions, there's kind of an odd unit to me. He has that 1 unit of dogs you can see is up front of his deployment in the Corn Battalion, and he also has 1 Exalted Flamer in this Zinch Battalion. So interesting to see what he does. Like I said, probably not optimized, but
circling the characters on your guys' screen. That Zinch Flamer, not optimized. Seems like a filling unit. They used to be good before the 0 to 3 detachment rule came down the pipe. So that is going to be, that's a character, by the way, guys. So a headhunter.
Headhunter. I bet something tells me he'll die.
Something tells me he ain't going to make it.
At some point in the game. But the tricks with, like I said, 7 CP left as of right now. Swinging twice, obviously, is in the game plan. Not sure he's going to be able to give or buff one of his demon units invulnerable. That costs 2 CP, right? So CP is gold right now.
Yeah. So there were some questions on the Banner of Blood. Banner of Blood is the expensive one, guys.
The banner, yeah, does have the 3d6 charge already paid for.
Yep.
For the Bloodletter Bomb.
Boots on the ground. Dan says Shay is feeling limber. He's getting that +1 to go first. He's feeling good about this matchup. So that's good.
In space. Just for fun, it's 2 CP to reroll all failed psychic tests for Zinch demons, which would be good. I'm not sure if he's gonna go there.
It's gonna be interesting. Let's see how on top of his game Shay is with managing the demon stratagems, because these warp heads are which Juice upgraded some of these guys to warp heads. We'll get a CP count at the beginning of the game from Dan, where they're starting the actual turn 1 with. But guess what weird boys like to do, Austin?
Are you telling me they like to smite things?
They like to smite things, and they oftentimes like to perils.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So guess what happens when a dude gets perils on by a fucking demon player?
It's 2d3. It's 1 CP though, and it's 2d3 mortal wounds.
2d3 mortal wounds. Get yourself a headhunter point. That's where I think Shay's gonna be disadvantaged because he's super low on CP compared to Juice right now.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're playing with 3 battalions like Juice is accustomed to with his orc build, you can do that. You can spend 1 CP every time someone perils because it's so good. But this demon list needs some help in its stratagems. So
Shay's going to start the game with 6 CPs, as you mentioned, real quick, not to cut you off.
7. Yep, we got 7.
Is it 7 CPs?
Yeah, but he spent 6, so he had 13.
He spent 6. He must have bought the relic though, or some shit, because we're getting word from the table that he's starting with 6. Dan, figure out what that extra unaccounted for CP is. Juice looks like he's starting with 15. So he bought the banner, which is 2. He deep striked the banner's 1 or 2.
I think the banner's 2.
Banner's 2. Deep striking the bloodletters is 2. Deep striking the bloodthirster is 2, right? So that's 6. So he spent 6 out of his 13 before the game started.
Mm-hmm.
There must be an unaccounted one for there. Juice is reporting his stresses are high for getting this deployment down. He's still got so much more to do. And just real quick, he is planning on using that War Trike in his list as a goalkeeper, kind of a solo headhunter. That's what we're hearing as the normal 40k discussions take place on the table that we don't hear, that we're just casting on. Oh, the banner is 1. The banner of blood is 1? Why? What the fuck am I? All right. Handshake is coming. Did Juice just win the road to go first? Dan? Holy fuck.
Wow, that's pretty big for Orcs. Well,
and it failed C's.
Yep.
There we go.
All right. Exciting.
So I'm going to go to the overhead camera right now for you guys. Austin's going to be spending more time reading your comments than I am while I am doing some Madden stuff. So if you have anything to say, rest assured we will do our best to address chat as this game goes down. I'm going to be in here letting you guys know what the score is, updating in real time. But it looks like Juice is pointing at a billion orcs and getting ready to fuck some shit up.
Well, hopefully he's got the game plan already in his head. So we're going to see how fast are Storm Boys from the Evil Sons, right? Obviously, like he put them in the front. He was ready to go. Here they go. He's going to try to jump one of the units on the table to then basically deep strike. So potentially 90 models are going to be in this Demon Army's grill.
So let's walk them through it. So I've got the Madden app up. I'm gonna draw a line between models here. So this is the line, guys. You can see. So if a Storm Boy goes 12 inches, aka 13 inches because it's Evil Sons, it can advance and charge. It's gonna roll an average of 3, psych of 4, right?
Yeah,
so
plus
that's
1.
17 inches on average. Then it's gonna roll 2d6 to charge. We roll in any combination of dice, which is about a 9 on average, aka 10. So 27 inches is something you can reliably count on. Juice is rolling a billion dice. I believe this is the what is it? The Storm Boys have their own rule.
Right. When they advance, if they roll 1s, they die.
Yeah, and you can't bypass that. Yeah, it has to happen.
Which is fine. They're wearing scrap jets on their back. It's the cost of.
He advanced a fucking 6.
Let me tell you how fast them boys are. They are coming. So I don't know if we've ever seen it before, but I'm going to tell you what I think. He might table this dude very quickly because the issue is the Bloodletter Bomb is not going to be able to deep strike turn 1.
Juice is going to hurt this dude. Magnus, and obviously Magnus is going to survive, but you can see now this is the range of the Storm Boys. The Storm Boys he's going to get a marked unit. He's going to kill those flesh hounds right now. Okay.
So my concern is because he rolled 6. How many demon units are going to be within 12 inches to declare the charge against?
For sure. And real quick, boots on the ground down. Boots on the ground, Dan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do Storm Boys just innately have the ability to charge and advance, or do they still need the War Boss?
I have to double check the book. I believe they still need the War Boss.
Which I believe. So that looks like that Juice is creating the tail.
Congo.
The Congo line.
Good enough. Kenny, you can help me out. Are the Storm Boys able to swing twice in this list?
They are infantry, so yes. Dan, I would like you to review that for me, Dan, because when I read the rule, I was like, well, certainly a War Boss can make it so I can charge and advance without blowing up. But then when I read the rule on Storm Boys, it didn't say may, it says when charging or when advancing, this is what happens. Or charging after an advance. It didn't seem like I could bypass it with the War Boss. That was a question I had the other day. It'd be nice to get a ruling on that because it seems like they blow up. It's their rule. It's not a choice. It was in the Xenos FAQ. I knew Boots on the Ground Dan would have an answer to us because he's a solid orc player.
He had some good looking orcs. I think he got rid of them. Sad panda Dan. I'm sorry.
Fast and ready painting. Dan all day.
Yep, War Boss is there.
Oh my God! Look at all these models. Let's switch to the street level camera and see if we get a fun. There you go. You can really appreciate the girth on the street level camera.
It's intimidating. Juice has talked about it on the podcast about dealing with orcs. So this demon player is going to be intimidated and almost overwhelmed by the sheer amount of models on the table. He just needs to pucker up and take it, because if he needs to survive this so that his actual army can come onto the table and do what he needs to do. My concern is if there's multiple units within 12 inches, he's going to be able to declare charges against them, swing twice, and actually kill a substantial amount turn one. But the real issue is the Bloodletter Bomb and the actual ass in this demon list can't come on turn one at all.
So this interesting outlook here. Juice is really bunched up. Normally, if you were afraid of deep striking, because back in the past you would be deep striking turn one, right? So he would have been,
yep.
He would have been fanning these dudes out to stop the deep strike. Since he doesn't have to worry for a whole turn, he's making sure he's going to maximize his attacks by staying centralized. And just a quick update on the Stormboy discussion. So, according to the FAQ, if the Stormboys, only when the Stormboys want to do the 6-inch advance, the auto advance, that's when they die. So they could do a normal, not that advance with the war boss apparently, and not die. Is that is that the right answer there? Boots on the ground, Dan? Boots on the ground, Dan?
Sounds like he says correct.
So it looks like all the brimstones. Let me pull this out. So what you're looking at, guys, is how many people can these orcs nominate as a target? Anybody within 12. So it looks like 12 to those bloodletters. 12 here, 12 to the brimstones. So it looks like Juice is going to be able to say, I'm charging every single motherfucker within this castle. So he's going to crash into them with the Storm Boys, kill them, fight again, kill everything he fucking possibly can.
So Boots on the Ground is confirming what is in range of 12 inches, and that's a problem for my demon friend. There's too much within 12.
This is brutal. So this is the thing that a lot of people make mistakes on, deployment, right? And I'm not saying Shay innately made a big mistake. He might not have the foresight to understand that when you have this deployment map, sometimes you don't want to be on the gun line. He should have just left brimstones on the gun line and everything way deeper in the corner.
So I've seen this too many times, right? You think you're going first because of a +1, which as we've discussed is a garbage statistic. It only comes into play 1 in 6 times. You can't rely on it. Don't rely on it. But obviously these hounds here are primed for turn 1 moving, doing whatever the demon player he wanted to push out and do what he does. That being said, he didn't get to go. So knowing that, this player has a unit that is really good at swinging twice with the Bloodletter Bomb.
You've given him so many targets with that ability.
He should know what the Bloodletters do when they swing twice, right? So the concern is when you deploy a unit, even if you're screening, when something can touch you turn 1, you need to pre-measure the pile-ins, pre-measure the 3-inch consolidations, right? To not be within range to get attacked turn 1 when something swings twice.
Yep.
All of this small units you can madden that behind that front screen have no business being there.
Right. I'm showing a line here that everything should have existed inside of. I made a little box right here. He should have shammed every priority target in this box based on his pre-screen, and maybe just left a 30-point brimstone horror unit on the line to tempt him to get out of position to charge.
Absolutely.
So then you can countercharge.
Shout out for you. Somebody would love to see you play in one of these battle reports one day.
Oh, no doubt. Hopefully I can just keep doing good at tournaments and be on the Frontline Gaming stream more often. I got 2 games at SoCal Open. But I appreciate the sentiment. Looks like Juice is burning through a lot of time. He's obviously something he's worried about. We are using chess clocks. We are trying to keep these games to the tournament standard of time, playing at the highest level. Oh, thank you, Hivemind. Hiveman noticed we did make improvements between games. We did our first live battle report here with casting last week. We had our shitty overlay and the framing of the table wasn't maximized. Now we sacrifice a little production value to make sure you can see more of the table. And we're only going to keep rolling out with improvements from here on out. Having, I think Austin is always fun because Austin knows so much about these matchups. He is pretty much known for running Morty and Magnus these days.
Yeah, that's fun. And that's funny because I picked him up, I guess, last summer, and they're so much fun to play, and it's turned out to be pretty good, and I've done pretty well with them. I do love me some Mortarion. I want you guys to know that he is the big brother. If anyone ever asks you, the big brother is Mortarion, little bro is Magnus. That's my stance on it. So
Dan is reporting. He says Juice has been doing things like moving the back ranks into the front ranks. So that way you might see some weird movement, but that's what you're looking at. The war boss has to be within 6 inches so they can charge. That changed it from the index. He's commenting on a past on the FAQ we were talking about. The Storm Boys strung back to the wall banner so they can hit on 2s. The first Weird Boy just took 2 wounds. Warpath went off, +1 attack. So looks like the Storm Boys are gonna be set up to fuck shit up. He's casting the jump right now. We go here. Jump. The jump went off on a 6. It probably has a modifier. Doesn't it have a pluses?
I have to double check if the rule is still the same. They get to
Dan. Okay, there it is. Juice is clearly counting how many dudes are within a certain range of the caster, so you can see what his plus is there.
Pretty much going to go off.
It's pretty much going to go off.
But like you said, they do like to blow their heads off.
Yeah, interesting that he perils and my man didn't play the stratagem.
I'm telling you, in his game plan in his head, he must have a meditated CP pool. You know, he already knows what he wants to do in this game, and which is an issue because he probably could have picked up a character there.
Oh yeah.
If he had known about that, or if he had pre-planned out that orcs are gonna perils, and you just need to know that the demons have this cool ability where they can.
It's hard to remember, but it's important. So real quick, I'm going to circle what I believe to be the units that are about to try to get in this fight. So it looks like Storm Boys, and now a unit of boys in the corner over here. Dan, is that 2 separate Storm Boy units facing down? One set up to get the charge off, one with a longer charge, and now boys coming in the bottom right flank to hit those bloodletters. If Juice pulls this turn 1 charge off, where all these guys only need 8s the jumping unit needs an 8. Everyone, because +1 a charge. Everyone's re-rolling any combination of dice. We might see every model screening the Demon Prince and Magnus go away this turn.
Yeah, regardless of how well Juice does in the preceding fight phase, which we know if he makes any number of these charges is going to be a problem for this Demon player. He's also going to score. He's going to score every objective. He's going to be everywhere on everything, which is a problem for ITC. So he's going to jump on everything. He's going to score 1 billion points to start this game and really put the Demon player in the hole. And he's going to have to fight out of it. I don't know if he's got the gumption to stand up to this charge that's coming, because it's going to hurt, bro.
We jump to the dice cam. So it looks like some die rolls are taking place. Nothing like a 45-minute turn 1. We're going into the assault phase right now. It looks like.
Making some charges.
There we go. Got that roll you wanted with the +1. I do want to comment. We got someone coming in from YouTube. Says my man Jay over here says, I don't think orcs are good. They're just trying to make them look good for the views. They're talking about us. They play Eldar against them. Get table turn 1. That jump. I don't know, man. 40k 8th edition's about bodies, and no one's putting more bodies on the table with more tricks right now than orcs.
Jay, tell me what you played, Jay, because I'm going to tell you, I will challenge you with an Orc Army. They're good in a lot of different ways. You can take some different orky stuff.
Like I don't challenge the statement that Eldar are good. Eldar are the consummate. We have a rule for every situation. We play almost a different version of the game than everyone else. That's Eldars all day. And this is day 1 Orc Army right here. This Orc Army is going to do this against any army turn 1. Any army turn 1, these Storm Boys are going to hit you. This unit's going to jump. Only if the Farseer has line of sight to them, yes, units can shoot them. I don't doubt that.
Testicular fortitude. Juice wants us to remember that you require testicular fortitude in this situation when getting attacked by all these orcs. Got to stay in the game and see if you can make a game out of it. Orcs are great. Just imagine a normal gun line. You don't have to kill it.
So
You can
Dan,
just
I want to
you
know
can
how
wrap
I
up-
want to know how they're treating that piece of terrain that Juice is just jumping his Storm Boys over right now. Because it looks like he's not subtracting any distance from that move. And remember, you can't assault with your jump packs anymore. So I would like you to bring that up on the table. Because that's a little curious to me.
Interesting. If they're just if it's a wall, infantry can walk through the wall.
Right. If they're counting it as a wall, they can just walk right through it. So it doesn't matter. So if they're counting it as counts as ruin or whatever. So these are the types of I think they may have just had the discussion and they said it's a wall, right? Yes.
Cool.
But wall, so.
Yeah, it's a big deal for non-infantry because any terrain they'd have to go around it. But because they are infantry, if it is a wall, they're running right through it.
All day, every day.
Interesting. I would like to know how. He looks like he made a pretty long charge on that first unit he moved. I mean,
I think he rolled a 10 on camera,
Yeah, he got in there.
or something, an 8 + 1, like a 9 or some shit like that.
So with the pile-in, with the killing, with the consolidation, with the extra pile-in, I do believe he rolled high enough.
So this one rolled Snake Eyes, but
touch.
I think he gets to go Here We Go.
That's the boys unit.
So he rolled a 9 + 1, got a 10. The boys failed their charge even with the reroll, is what Dan is telling us. So the boys didn't make it, which is pretty good for Shay. That's a big fucking deal right there.
Yes, interesting. But both Storm Boy units made it.
Looks like both Storm Boys made it. Boys failed. So
my concern is that he rolled so well in the first unit that he's going to be able to kill things behind the screen with that unit in particular.
No, that unit's going to be able to activate, kill, finish its move 3, activate, kill. So goodbye to some percentage of. Let me circle some units right here. So Fleshhounds, they dead. Up top here, you got some Bloodletters. They dead, or mostly dead, but probably dead. And then these Brimstones are probably dead. So then these Storm Boys are going to be able to, if they were, they're going to be able to kill these Bloodletters still. So depending on the activation order, Juice has a few. That's the thing about his activation order. So here goes some rolls right now. Looks like some people are hitting on 2s. Let's see how bad it is. Winning on 4s. I think he's probably doing 2 blocks of dice if I'm guessing, because these dudes should basically be at 4 attacks each.
It's a lot of attacks, Kenny. A lot of stuff going on.
So it looks like he's trying to kill. Oh, not a good follow-up roll right there. So it looks like 12 wounds so far. Is it another batch of rolls? Yep, hitting on 2s. Looks like he's winning on 4s. See, there we go. That's a good pickup. So let's see how bad it is. We got more coming. 4 attacks a guy.
Because of the time issue, Juice has got Shay counting the wounds, and they're doing it in batches of 15, which is smart. And because they look good on camera, these are some big dice, like not normal dice for an Orc player, where they would have cups and lots of small dice. So teamwork is huge here to save some time for Juice. You need 4 hands to roll all these dice.
Yeah, sure enough. He might, that's a good point, chat, FaZe and Narf. I don't know if those Bloodletters were within 12 inches, but so the Bloodletters might be safe in the top of the screen. Didn't see a dice measurement. A tape measure. So good find. You have to be within 12 inches to declare all the targets in order to fight twice pilots. So if they weren't within 12, they're safe.
Yes, they could get piled in on, but they can't swing at you.
Let's see how many guys just died. So corn dogs are going away right now.
They're asking a question on here I'm going to discuss. Anyone within 12 inches at the start of the charge phase can be declared a target. You don't have to make base with them. You kill the screening unit in front, and when you swing twice, if you pile into the unit you declared in the charge phase, you can absolutely swing on them.
So he's not interrupting. Right now, Juice has to finish his action. So now he has to move 3 inches to the closest model. So Juice is finishing the action right now. This is very important in the sequencing, guys. So when they fight again, they get to do another 3-inch pile-in. So if you're going straight in a line, you get your charge distance plus 3, finish 3, finish, fight twice 3, finish 3. You can literally go straight across the table with a charge action if done right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One dog.
God forbid you move 1 billion inches. You literally will move 50 inches in a turn with adding up all the swing.
Juice. So boots on the ground down. Boots on the ground, Dan. I can't say that. So real quick, are those bloodletters? Were they a viable option? Were they within 12? Can you ask Juice first? He's okay. So Juice is immediately activating the fight twice right now. He's moving another 3 inches. My big question is: those bloodletters, were they a viable target?
I'm thinking yes.
I think they were, honestly, because when we measured it, when we just looked at it with the Madden app, it looked like they were fucking gonna get wrecked.
Yes, I agree. So the guys up top are not safe, in my opinion. We'll get that confirmed, but it's looking rough.
So they were measured by a third party. Dan himself, as an unbiased spectator, made sure that they were indeed within 12. And now here we go, another round of hitting on 2s. These are probably dispersed between Brimstones, Bloodletters, and the survivor of the Corn Dog unit.
Yep, it looks like they've got multiple piles, so he's already decided I've got X amount of.
They're just going to roll as they go, it looks like.
Yep.
So winning on 4s, he's going to pull his misses. My man is looking like he's going to roll. There we go, failing like crazy. They're using the chess clock. Sean, correct. You charge. You pile in 3. You attack. You finish the action by moving 3 inches again to the closest model, not unit. Then the stratagem, activate immediately. Now you pile in again. Fight. Finish the action by consolidating 3 more inches to the closest enemy. 7 letters dead already. So that's enough to kill him with morale.
And he's hopping on him quick. I'm pretty sure he's going to kill more units this turn, Kenny.
Oh yeah, Juice is going for the throat right now.
So instead of me talking about what's happening with the dice, we can assume that all the dogs will die. Everything he touches,
everything is fucking dead, as we predicted.
As we predicted. Good rolling, good everything. What is Magnus going to do? Let me tell you, it's a struggle right now.
Magnus is not happy with this group of guys. And then over here, it's almost better Juice didn't bring these guys in with the charge, because now that is basically a counterpunch to the counterpunch.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. You said that. He's got them close enough to interact soon, but yeah, they are not in the action. Magnus obviously has super smite, so he's going to pick up 7 to 10 guys if he rolls high. So that's helps him, but he's the wrong brother to have on the table.
He is not the guy you want. You want Mr. Mortarion himself.
Morty is a different guy. This will be a different game.
He is the living hand grenade.
I don't think Magnus has the ass in combat to handle this.
He is not YOLO. He is not. He's a support character.
Well, he's gonna buff himself up, and if he gets toughness 8 off, which is a power he took on his change caster, he can make Magnus toughness 8. He is a roadblock for the orcs.
Here's the problem though. We have the warlord trait. Juice took the warlord trait that lets evil sons fall out of combat and still charge.
That is gross. So that being said,
this is bad for Shay.
He could jump or do whatever he needs to do to get that warlord within 6 inches of these units and make it happen, even if he gets out of position. But it's a problem. I think I don't even know what I would do as this demon player. He's gonna super buff Magnus to try to survive it, but the math is against it. Plus, it's pretty hard to get toughness 8 off, and that's really what he needs here to make this work.
It's a 33% chance. He has a psychic power reroll built in, so if he gets it off, that'll be huge for survivability factors, obviously. But I'd say
killing. I don't think he's gonna be able to kill anything.
He ain't gonna kill shit. He ain't gonna kill shit. Here's the thing. Looking at this table, the only saving grace here is sometimes when you go this hard on turn 1, if you can't end it, that means you have taken away all of your easy abilities to kill more and kill every turn. Juice is going first. That means every turn, if Shay can pull it out, stay focused, he should actually, from this point on, always be able to protect his neck in such a way that he kills more, because all the squish units are gone turn 1. But Juice did get a marked unit. Juice did kill more. Probably gonna get Headhunter in really soon. It's gonna be a big turn for Juice. Juice just finished his turn. We are turn 2. Dan, can I get an update on? We'll do it at the end. We'll do it at the end.
Yeah, this is still turn 1 for the demon player.
Turn 1 for the demon player right now.
Yeah, so we're about to see what he's going to do. I almost would backpedal and wait for help, but I don't know if that's going to work or not. Someone's asking, what do you do versus an orc list like this? They seem to have best of both worlds. Well, in the list that I play, there's lots of elements to make people swing last, which is good. There's you could also just actually screen correctly. I don't want to be mean, but there's definitely mistakes made with the deployment of the demon player here. Most of the army, you could have one unit should have been touched, and he should have just played to go second.
Ooh. So Juice actually forgoed attacking Brimstones too much. So Juice actually gonna have easy kills for the next 2 turns still. So Juice was wise in his foresight. He left 2 squishy units alive, or 3 squishy units alive.
Yeah, so he's gonna pick them up almost for free and keep on track with the ITC, which he's running away with, I would assume at this point.
Well, I mean, there's only so many points you can get, right?
Well, I think he'll get a 5 point. The bonus is just score or contest 5, right?
I think objective 6, I think the dudes are out of range there.
Can we confirm that? Boots on the ground. How many objectives is Juice currently on?
This looks like a strong 3 right here, in my opinion. And also 4. Who the fuck is on 4? See what I'm saying? I don't think Juice has the 5. So I don't think he's going to get the
2, 3. If he's within 3 of 6, which may be intent.
Yeah.
4, definitely not. He left 4, but I think he just has to contest. Is he within 3?
He has to contest. Yeah, contest, I think.
Which that's a freebie. That would be an oversight.
Juice got the bonus.
So he would be contesting the one in the base, in the demon's base there. If that's 3, he'll still have the bonus point, and he's looking at a 5-point turn.
Yeah, this is gonna be a 5-point turn 1 for Juice on primary. He's gonna pick up. Looks like he has recon. He's gonna pick up recon. So that's gonna be 2 minimum on secondary. He picked up. What do you say? He picked up recon. Picked up marked. Might get Headhunter still early.
And then marked corn. The corn dogs were marked.
Yep.
So still good. That's really good turn for Juice. Making some good charges, spreading out the table, and he has a whole nother turn to spread out and wait for the deep strike.
100%. Boots on the ground down. Boots on the ground, Dan. What's going on right now? What's all this rolling? I like that. And also, while he discusses these rolls with us, Big Boy Elroy says, Austin, you and Juice sound exactly the same. Y'all related?
Obviously, we're from the same part of the country.
When you get them in the same room, it's like Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Doppelgangers, is that what they call us? He drinks Coors Light. I drink Miller Lite.
So we're doing a psychic phase right now. So it's going to be really hard to follow this psychic phase. Dan, if you can let us know the success ratio, which I assume they're all successes, is Magnus plus or +1 invulnerable, -1 to hit?
And most importantly, I need to know, did he get the toughness 8 off? Those are kind of the 3 big spells. He has the free reroll, which we're assuming he's going to get. Other than that,
ooh, here's a big one. He failed Infernal Gateway. That's sad.
Interesting.
Infernal Gateway is a good one because how spread out the orcs are. It's just literally free fucking dead orcs everywhere.
So this is Infernal Gateway. When used appropriately, is one of the best abilities, best psychic powers in the game. Currently, the way Magnus is set up, it is not a good spell, so not a big deal. What happens, Kenny, is it's closest model.
Closest model, and then all models friend or foe within 3 inches.
Yes. So if you can warp time into like this clutch little spot where there's characters and stuff, everyone, you can go supernova and do D3 or D6 mortal wounds to everybody.
Oh yeah, well then you play the stratagem to make it plus 2 more to cast, and then you just basically say D6 to all these assholes.
But that's a little harder because you need to be close to other friends, other Thousand Suns sorcerers, to get that buff.
Oh, this just coming in. This is what I was worried about. I didn't think those Storm Boys were going to take that objective because they're not fucking objective secure. Juice did not get the bonus, as I thought he did not.
I believe it's just contest, though, I thought.
Yeah, they don't contest. There's Brimstone Whores there.
Understood.
So what we were discussing, guys, is in this mission, which is called Seize Ground, the bonus is to control or contest 5 objectives in your player turn. These are the 5. Juice does not have 4, and he does not control or contest this number right here. So that's only 4, not 5. Not a huge deal. Juice is still gonna get the 4 points.
We're in the assault phase.
It's happening. We're bringing it. All right. Did he just sneak that Demon Prince in there without bringing Magnus in?
Magnus is playing defensively,
which is actually the way to play Magnus.
I don't mind this. So, smite for Magnus. No bonus, didn't kill enough. Looks like he is +1 invul, -1 to hit.
Magnus actually failed this charge. Why didn't he move Magnus? Why would he? God, so much going on. Why would you even roll the charge if you were going to keep him back there?
Well, and he has warp time. He could be anywhere on the table right now.
Yeah, I'm like, at this point, I'm like, YOLO Magnus.
Yeah, very interesting.
It's an interesting predicament, right? Someone asked, how do you defend against this Orc army? You have to build for the meta. If Orc armies like this are going to start to exist, which they always have, but now they're going to be more popular than ever, you have to make sure you have chaff that can kill chaff. You have to be able to defend against turn 1. You got to be aware of your deployment map and how to stop the Storm Boys on turn 1.
This is interesting.
Demon Loki.
Yeah, that's so rare. I used it in my last event I played with Pink Whores. You roll a dice. Actually, you roll 2 dice, and you discard the highest, and that number misses.
So Storm Boys are hitting on 2s, 4s, 5s, and 6. All 3s miss.
3s miss. Yeah.
It's such a fucking obscure roll. No, it's hilarious.
Not sure it's going to matter, but it's always funny. Because Juice is strung out as well. I'm not sure how many attacks he's got here, and he may get beat up by these characters.
He will, but then he can mob back up if he needs to. Whatever. Juice has a shitload of CPs left. Only 4.
Yes.
Yep. So back to the dice cam. Juice is working on his 2s and 3s miss. Or look,
so pestering. It's funny. I want to congratulate Juice with a pretty quick turn 1, all things considered.
Not bad. Not bad. Chess clock is going to be against him from here on out, but I think the turns will get faster until the demon reinforcements arrive. But real quick, let me do a little promotion, guys. Predict the score of this game. Post your scores right now. Time signature has to be within the next 9 minutes. Whoever can predict the score, go closest to the score, wins a t-shirt from Beats Lab Gaming. Also, real quick, I want to promote the Patreon page, Battle Brothers, !Battle Bro. If you guys want to support Juice and Sean Naden, the legendary team captain for the now award-winning American European Team Championship team, they have a new Patreon page where they're dropping knowledge bombs every day.
Space Lizard said, "This is only turn 1?" ? Yes.
Yeah, Space Lizard. That's why it's important to have a chess clock. When you're playing these types of competitive games, you really need to see who's burning the time up. So we're getting scores now. I believe we're in turn 2 now. So I think Juice is going now. We've begun turn 2. We're going to get the final tally.
Juice scored 6 like we thought, and Shay got 1 point there. Scoring an objective. That's all he got.
That's all he did. Okay, so let me update the clock. Or let me update the scores. And we are now in turn 2. Awesome. Big turn for Juice. Bad turn for Shay.
Let me tell you, going down 5 points that early, not good for the Demon player. Back in the day, like a few months ago, we would be seeing Bloodletter Bomb, Deep Strike in the deployment zone to fight off these orcs immediately, which is cool, and I kind of miss that. Now, Juice literally got to do all this and not worry about movement and play fast that first turn because he's not worried about Deep Strike. Next turn, right now,
Yeah.
you can tell he'll start thinking about where these guys are going to come in. These corners of the table, he'll start getting closer to force that Bloodletter Bomb farther.
That Bloodletter Bomb has to get down right now. Bloodthirster needs to get in this fight. He needs a lot of things to go his way right now. Guys, if you want to get in on this contest, you need to go to the Beats Lab community page over on Facebook. It is a Facebook search away. Get on there. Throw up your predictions. You've got 7 minutes, or I don't count them, to win a t-shirt. Looks like Juice is getting into it. It's getting thick. So he's moving guys to the back.
The Storm Boys still have the ability. They don't take leadership because they're boys, right?
Say what?
The rule where you don't have to take leadership.
It's like you get to use. It's like however many guys you have and another unit within X amount of inches from you, that can be your leadership.
Seems decent.
Like they're immune to morale for a while.
Yeah, which is that's one way to deal with them. So the orcs having that ability is always an issue.
Yes, sir.
I would have liked to see Shay kill a little more of the boys that touched him turn 1. It's going to be a problem because them sticking around, being kind of locked in combat, is going to be a problem in this fight phase coming up.
Oh yeah, 100%. Looks like Juice is just making sure he gets to all these objectives. He's moving some Gretchens around, as you can see. His War Trike, you can see he's keeping them back because he's waiting for the Bloodletters and the Bloodthirster. He wants to engage.
I'm pretty sure he's waiting on that Thirster.
Oh, he is. Yeah, that's his goalkeeper.
I want to see the Bloodthirster is going to get charged by the fastest bike in all of the universe in the War Trike.
Oh, yeah. So it looks like Juice is setting up to make sure he gets the bonus this turn. 3 points.
Yes, this is the never again move that Juice likes to pull, where never again will I not score that point.
Yep. From this point on, free point. So he's leaving combat on the top, as you can see, because he does. Because I think, so his War Boss is hidden in here somewhere. Since this unit's within 6, this unit can fall back and still charge because of the Evil Sun's Warlord trait.
Absolutely. Now, being a picky person myself, do you not have to fall back at the beginning of the movement phase?
Yeah. Dan, what's the ruling on that? I feel like isn't it just during the movement phase? I think falling back is just during the movement phase, isn't it?
I've probably said this a bunch during tournaments. I don't care. I'll let you do what you do. You're playing fast. You're playing with 100 orcs. But just know, if that is a thing, you need to fall back first. You can't make way. You can't move your units out of the way and then fall back into your hole.
It's during the turn. It's what I thought. It's during the turn. Because now it's just a move. It's just literally you moving. Yeah, fall back instead of your normal move. That's what I thought. Procedure has been satisfied. That good looking out, Austin. But yeah, I feel you on that. Usually when it comes down to, hey, let's get our fucking turns in. Let's talk about what I'm trying to do. I'm 100% intent guy. 100%. Juice is just shoring up his units. It looks like he's getting ready to do some psychic powers. Is that correct, Dan? Boots on the ground. Dan, I think we lost the street level camera. You're going to have to plug that back in and fix that for us. Somebody nudged it. Or it's no longer logged in.
A cat did it.
Currently, we're restricted to overhead only.
Interesting. He looks like he's jumping the WOG banner to get into the heat.
Oh, that is a move that I pull a lot with my orcs.
So can you walk me through the WOG banner?
Wall banner is a bubble of my motherfuckers hit +1. It's key to clan, so all evil sons.
+1 to hit.
It's a big deal.
Well, changes math dramatically.
Dramatically. Especially when you can combine it with the +1 attack for the unit. You can even toss the Fist of Gork on a character. I mean, you could do so much shit, man, and just get dudes to fuck things up. There he is, the wall banner.
Looks like he made it.
He wants to kill this Demon Prince with the least amount of models possible. Right here. We're going to probably be missing out on some content from Dan for a second while he fixes the street level camera so we have more eyes on the dice.
Going to be interesting to see, obviously, what happens this turn, but what is Juice's answer to Magnus? Because I don't know if he is going to ignore him because he's not really great against killing all the orcs.
Nah, he'll kill him because he's marked. Just not yet. Real quick, they're skipping a phase. Juice is not going to do any shooting because this is something we talk about in the podcast. He's trying to consolidate time right now. So he's like, shooting phase is dead to me, charge phase.
Doesn't need to shoot. Needed.
Yeah, boots on the ground, Dan. I need you, if you're not listening, to unplug, replug in the street level cam, go back to the link, rejoin the hangout, or maybe it just dropped out of the hangout. I don't know, but we lost eyes on the street level. Looks like you're just not in the hangout anymore, so something happened.
Back to the camera settings.
There, we're back.
Yeah, he's coming.
It's good now.
We're good. There it is. You can hear the guys for a brief moment of time until they mute themselves.
No, he just said it's good. Oh, settings.
And then you got to mute yourself.
We do like your voices, though.
Yeah, we do like you. That's technology, guys. I am literally casting on this game from Hollywood, and I believe Austin is all the way up in Virginia.
Yeah, Richmond, Virginia. And we're peeking in either Southern Pines or it's Aberdeen. They can't make up their mind and just tell me what town they're actually in.
I just say Southern Pines because I don't care.
There it is.
Coming in from the Southern Pines Beats Lab right now. Juice hitting on 2s, wounding on 5s, about to try to fuck this Demon Prince up.
So what the Orcs are having such a good turn 1 and 2. He did not bring in the dreads, right?
Looks like he didn't bring the dreads in. Dan, confirm that. Is that a counterpunch move? Is he trying to wait until turn 30 to bring him in after the bloodletters and shit show up? If you guys don't know, exclamation point lists. If you want to catch the list, Juice actually has 3 death dreads in teleporty.
Yes, 3 death dread. So I want to see what they do. I think he's probably waiting on like the Demon Prince, or not, excuse me, the Bloodthirster. To see if they can go wreck some face. Not needed right now, right?
Yeah, I think they're a waste because all they're going to be is a target for the Bloodthirster. So I think he's waiting because there's no reason to bring him down. So Juice is confirmed. Juice is waiting to counterpunch. She's being patient. Looks like this Demon Prince is already going to take 8 saves, ladies and gentlemen.
He better make them. Better make some saves.
He has 8 wounds, so he should be fine.
Can we confirm the CP count with Dan the man on the ground?
Beats Lab Gaming, Dan, the proprietor of that fine establishment in Southern Pines, South Aberdeen, whatever the fuck it's called. Juice has 9 CPs.
Juice has got 9. Shay's got 5. Yep. So burning through them, he's going to have 1 or 2 more turns of positive swinging a million times. And as you can see, Shay is just waiting on the corn to show up basically and win the game, which I'm not thinking is going to be done easily.
So real quick, I want to comment. My man Samuel says dredges are garbage in my opinion. You know what's not a garbage dread? I've said this for a long time. 100-point dread, that can deep strike. 100-point dread with like 6 attacks, that hits on 3s, maybe 2s, that can deep strike.
And could 3d6 charge.
And 3d6 and
like
or
100 points.
Or just I think they have Here We Go even their Evil Sun's keyword. Literally, that's a good fucking dreadnought. That's not bad, bro. I promise you.
You know what happens when you lose him? Nothing.
Nothing.
You lost 100. You lost 100 points.
Lost 100 points.
Okay. You don't cry. Like, you know what happens when you lose Magnus?
You fucking
Part
cry.
of part of your soul escapes.
This just in from the boots on the ground. Juice feels like he's working out at the gym right now. How hard he has to go. He only has 32 minutes of the 3 hours left on his clock, and they're only at the top of turn 2. This is something we wanted to talk about. People are like, "Oh, anyone can win with Orcs." Well, no, you can't, because here's the thing: you might be able to beat a couple people who don't use chess clocks because you only went to turn 2 and you got all the points. We get into championship rounds. If you can't get your Orc game on lock and you run out of time, guess what happens? Because it is simply unfair that in a 3-hour round, any one person gets more of the clock than the other.
So yeah, skipping shooting phase, huge, right? For Juice's time, like you said. And that's a big pro move. He knows he's in a position, he almost could just do the movement phase and the assault phase, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if he needs to do the walk banner and everything to do what he's doing.
Well, he needed to hit on 2s to kill that Demon Prince. And then he had to fight twice. So I believe Juice fought twice, hit on 2s. Real quick, Dan was the best Orc player at ATC. Back me up on this, brother. If you can't, like, you have to get all your turns in. If you play a Horde army like this, you are literally held to a moral prerogative to make sure you don't fuck your opponent on time. Don't go into this with, wasting your opponent's time, because that's passive cheating, in my opinion.
Samuel asked, how many CP is the 3d6 charge?
3d6 charge, CP count. Dan, Orc Master, please tell us. I
It's
want to
for
say it's
vehicles-
2.
It's for vehicles only. So I'm not super familiar with the codex yet. It is not in my memory bank. Boots on the ground will help me out.
I believe it's 2. People in chat are saying 2.
2 CP.
So what is this attack profile right here, Dan? Is this the Storm Boys killing Brimstone Horrors for free? Looks like we have a clutch of Brimstone Horrors about to bite the big one. So what's interesting about this is Juice just picked up Headhunter, picked up Recon, picked up Kill, and now he's just going to kill a second unit. So he killed 2 units, got the bonus, held an objective, got Headhunter, got Recon. No marked units, but he should be potentially, if Shay can't kill at least 2 units, it's going to be like a 7-point turn 2.
Do you know that's bad, Kenny?
Oh, I am familiar with how bad that is.
Very, very aware. At this point, if you can't show up with your bomb and do something, you're going to start playing for fun. I don't say quit. I never like quitting. I'm traveling to events and doing things. I like to play it out for fun, have a blast, do some silly shit that you normally don't do.
So real quick, we are on the bottom of turn 2 now. Juice did 3 wounds to a herald, so he didn't get that second Headhunter. But Shay is going right now. Now, is Shay just doing his Juice is okay? We're not in the next turn. I think Shay's just doing attacks back right now. But that means we are about to go into the bottom of turn 2. Shay has literally an hour on the fucking clock. He's gonna be bringing in 30 bloodletters and a fucking bloodthirster. It's about to get swifty on this battlefield.
Need some love.
We need some rolls to go his way right now.
Right now, Korn needs to show up and say, hey, I'm making all my charges. I'm going to hit with everything and wound with everything. Really, the intimidation factor, if you just wait out the Orcs, eventually all the bodies disappear and it's back to being a game. The real issue is not going to be the Orcs being on the table. It's going to be that Juice is going to be winning like 15-2. That's the real problem. So he needs to really show up, focus on these objectives. He needs to try to score more and kill as much as possible to get back in the game and keep Juice from just basically avalanching this ITC mission.
Juice says he has a real fear of getting timed out in this game.
30 minutes is not a long time. And if they're doing it accurately and switching back when he's making saves, like the bloodletter bombs is going to make Juice take some time to make saves and things like
Well,
that.
the Bloodletter Bomb is -1, so good thing he just pulls casualties.
Well, that's a good point. Well, they're -3, aren't they?
Well, they're minus more than a 6.
Good. Touche. Yeah, no 5-up invulnerables here in Juice's list.
Nope. So it looks like he's saving the looks like the changeling is moving back. He's gonna try to keep some characters safe. Magnus is making his presence known. His dick size is large, and I think he's gonna kill that wall banner with a smite.
So with a smite, right? He's gonna intent is to be close to a character, pick up a headhunter. Warp time is a thing. So where another 16 inches, where does that get him? Does that get him in any juicy spots?
Let's take a look at it. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the Madden app and let's just make some predictions. So, looks to me like with another move, he can literally get right into clutch of things right here. I feel like this is a character. I feel like there's a war boss mixed in here. There's a Gretchen unit right here. I feel like this might be Infernal Gateway territory.
Like exactly. Now you know the plan.
Yep.
If there's a bunch of characters within 3 inches of each other, and you can warp time and get into that clutch spot, you're going to use your 2 rerolls, bro. Let me tell you.
I will burn every goddamn command point I have.
I'm going to roll a damn 11 and super D6 mortal wound all the.
And then I'm going to roll another Gaze of Fate fucking second power reroll. I'm going to burn literally every fucking reroll right now.
It doesn't matter because that gets you back in the game. And now they're like, oh shit, I just lost all 3.
I lost 3 characters and a fucking and a Gretchen unit.
And that's a problem. So I was kind of looking for Magnus to make a move last turn.
Yeah, I would have liked to see this aggressive move from Magnus last turn, but Shay, no disrespect to him, he's playing up against a Titan, somebody who plays a lot of 40K, who teaches a tactics channel, who's been top placings at Nova every year. Literally, this dude Juice is probably several tiers above Shay in his planning phase. So Shay is probably just unfamiliar territory, but luckily that's why we play games, so that we can learn from them.
I tell you, before this FAQ, Magnus would be warp timing another direction and charging over these screens.
Get to the backfield, maybe kill that Trike.
Yep, he absolutely could do it. To be honest, because his attacks in combat aren't so great, I really look. When I play with Magnus, I look for the advance. I want to advance and move even farther. So when I warp time, I have even more of a threat range to get into these clutch spots to smite characters and use these abilities where I can try to interact with multiple characters.
I like Shay's confidence. Boots on the ground. Dan says says he's all the time in the world. Hey, let me put it this way. My man Shay, what he is saying is simple. He's saying, I'm bleeding. I'm not sweating.
Oh, well, don't get tabled, friend.
Hey, real quick, I want to adjust. Space Lizard said, how does timing out work? When you run out of time, all you can do is make saves and morale checks for the rest of the game.
No moving, no casting.
So we have a lot of dice in the dice box. Oh, hey, you guys see the street level camera? Hey, hello.
Oh, is that a thirster?
Is that a thirster and 30 bloodletters? So is this their Dan? Is this going to be their final placement in the back corner? I have a throbbing erection for this deployment.
So that being said, I'm gonna go back to the top view. I feel like that's a misplay by Juice if he didn't back that Gretchen up. There's no need for Gretchen. He has two squads that could easily have cornered off this deployment, so that the Bloodletter and the Bloodthirster had to land out in front of the army.
This just in from the battlefield. Shay says he's just going to take the corner. Magnus is going to handle the rest of the battlefield. I'm with that. I'm with that confidence.
that is confidence. If he makes his saves, it's a lot of saves Magnus is going to make. He's only got a 3-up, guys.
Yep.
Only got a 3-up. If you don't make him toughness 8, which is easily erased when you just kill the character.
Oh, yeah. LT, if Bloodthirster makes contact with that buggy ain't going to make it.
No. That buggy, his only mission was to charge the Thirster and try to swing and kill it in one turn.
And also, he's talking about Grot Shield. Grot Shield infantry only.
Yeah,
by the way. And that's shooting phase as well. So Shay needs some fucking charges to go off. Right meow.
So, Bloodletter's killing all the Gretchen on Earth.
That's what I'm thinking.
Bloodthirster killing the Trike.
All right, here it is. This is our favorite phase, Austin.
Show it to me.
Psychic phase.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dan, walk us through it. Walk us through it. We're going to see a clutch reroll psychic power first, and then a warp time. Magnus, biggest caster on the battlefield right here. What is this motherfucker going to do?
Boon of Change. What happened? Who is getting buffed?
All right, let's see. It's a D3. I think he's looked.
He's tough to say.
He's tough to say. Oh, Magnus is tough to say.
Oh, he's tough to say. That's hilarious. So
7, 8, 9. A 9 cast on a warp time. What is this?
Possibly smite before he moves out of there is what I would.
Just to
assume.
kill that wall banner.
5 mortal wounds to the wall banner is what.
He dead. If that's what's going on, he dead. I'm hoping that was a super smite right here. It wasn't a super smite though. You only rolled a 9 with maxes.
9, so it goes off on an 11.
Okay, I think that was just warp time. Okay, Dan is gonna have to update us on what just happened. I was hoping he'd kill that wall banner on the way over to killing everyone else in this part of the table. Looks like Shay is thinking about it because there's actually a lot of brain power that goes into what you can do with this one model that has 8 options.
Well, when you take a 445-point model, you should spend hours.
He rolled a
dreaming
6,
of all
so
the things he can do.
I don't know what he rolled a 6 for, but it's always good to roll a 6.
I don't know. 2d6 being rolled.
It looks like he used a reroll and made it a 9, whatever this was. Is this the smite? Smite does T3? Oh, man. There are so many second powers. We're just going to have to wait for Dan, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, they're gonna have to shoot me a novel of what happened.
Okay, he was closer to Storm Boys. Got it. So that means with a 16-inch move, that was as far as he can get. So it looks like he just super smited Storm Boys.
So
Maybe that's what the 2d6 was.
Back to my point. There's no reason to not advance this guy and get to where you need to get. I feel like he should have killed the walk.
9 Storm Boys just died from that smite.
9. That would be a dead walk banner.
Yep.
So either that was his plan to help.
He might not do Infernal Gateway because the guy who had it might have died, and he might not be willing to spend the CPs to know another power for a turn.
It's 1 command point for 1,000 Suns to forget the power and learn another one.
He might not be willing to do that, or maybe unaware of it at his level. We have an update coming in from Boots on the Ground. Oh, that's a 1, 1, and 2. I don't know what that rolls for, but that is a bad roll. Is that the Bloodthirsters? I better not be the charge.
Please be not the charge.
Please not be the charge.
That was the 3d6 charge.
That better not be the charge.
Well, they get to reroll charges if they're within 6 inches of a character.
Please let people know that. Dan, please make sure that wasn't the charge and that he can reroll it if the Bloodthirster's there. Because of the Loki.
Yes.
I normally don't like to help people, but god damn it, we need this charge in our lives.
That was his Exalted Flamer, maybe?
Okay, we're second phase. Oh, thank the man, Jesus. Thank the man, Jesus.
I was like, you can re-roll it all. You can re-roll 2 of the dice. You can re-roll 1 of the dice. Please don't roll a 1, 1, and a 2 on your charge.
So interesting choice here. Shay decided that he was just gonna smite here, kill this guy. You know what? I like this. You know why I like this? Because now this Stormboy unit has to come after Magnus and step off the corner.
Yeah, it's also safer for Magnus to stay here with his support. He can get buffed 1 more turn.
Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Bloodthirster charge is happening. Fuck.
Tell me I want an epic story of this charge.
This needs to go down. Oh my God, Dan. Are you excited for this charge, Dan?
For the record, that's a beautiful Gorgon with wings.
Oh!
A leaner.
Oh, he's got to re-roll it. Right? He's got to re-roll the 2? Or did he already burn his re-roll? Fuck, that leaner was so 5, but you got to re-roll leaners. You got to. Rules is rules. Okay. So Bloodthirster failed the charge. Sad times. 3d6 charge. Don't tell me this is a fucking fail. Don't tell me this is a fucking goddamn fail. Oh, he gets to reroll it because the Bloodthirster. It's a goddamn fail.
Wow.
Oh.
Just deflating.
Or did he make it? I didn't see the last dice. Did he make that?
Dan, confirm with us.
Looks like he made it.
how
Looks like
far-
he made it.
All right. Give me some action, please. Please touch something with your corn daggers. All right. Looks like Gretchen, possibly War Trike.
10 inches. He made it. Okay.
Whew.
Whew. God.
Thirster failed.
God, my beehole just unclenched for the first time in 12 minutes.
Just so everybody, in my opinion, if you roll two dice for charge and you can re-roll both of them and you roll a 6, don't re-roll both of them. Just re-roll one of them.
Yeah. He declared everything in 12 with the blood letters. So he's going to move up right now, guys, as we discussed. So this is the charge action, right? As soon as these guys activate, they get to move 3 more inches toward the cliff. They have to go toward the closest, however. So it looks like most of them are still have to go toward Gretchen. But if they were 9 inches away, there's not really anything else they can charge. So unless he was clever and made some guys really close to the, if some guys were within like 10 inches of the war boss over here in Trike, he can still get into that. Trike and the Gretchen are confirmed both within 12 of the charging unit. It's really going to come down to how this next action plays out.
He's going to spend some CP here and almost be out.
This is going to be all of Shay's CPs, I believe.
Well, he only had 5 left going in here, so he's only going to be able to do this trick one time, and he better make it work because he needs it. Let's do some math, Kenny, for everybody. This is going to be 60-ish attacks, right? They get 2 attacks when they charge.
They get the Crimson Crown is there, right?
The Crimson Crown.
Where is the Demon Prince of Corn?
Corn Demon Prince.
Dan, where's the Corn Demon Prince? Is that asshole not there? I am suddenly confused. In the corner? Oh, is he in the corner? We just can't see him. Oh, he's way in the corner, downtown in the corner.
Downtown. So he is in. He'll string back. So Crimson Crown is getting extra hits on 6s.
So the Crimson Crown guys, I'm sorry, we're doing our best. He's back here all the way in the corner. You can't quite see him on the map. So the Crimson Crown might create, because you're never going to get 30 of these bases to swing. So you always want to string back a few to that aura to get those 6s exploding.
Is it 6s to hit or wound? I'm going to double check here. I think it's each time you make a wound roll of a 6 up, 6+ for a Corn Demon unit within 6 inches, you can immediately make an extra attack.
It looks like Juice is preemptively removing Gretchen without rolls needed.
Saving time.
Saving time. Exclamation point lists. If you guys are watching in Twitch, there we go. He's now doing exactly what we talked about, guys. He's finishing the action. He's moving 3 inches closer to the Trike. He's going to reactivate, move 3 more inches. Let's see if this fucking Trike can make it. So
he ain't going to make it, dog. What's his toughness? Not enough. How many wounds he got? Not enough. What's his save? Doesn't have one.
Doesn't have one.
Doesn't have one. He's about to get murked, bro. Absolutely murked.
Exclamation point lists. If you're watching on Twitch, come on over to Twitch/Long War TV. If you want to see previews of the lists, we got them for you guys. And also, don't forget exclamation point Battle Bro or Battle Bros. Someone hit that link in chat. LTS, see you in there, man. Try to get the Battle Bros link to go off. Check these guys out on Patreon. This is obviously Juice and Sean Naden's new tactics page. It is award winning. Oh my God. I'm so happy now. I was like, this is going to be bad. Oh, did he just pull the wall banner off too? Look up top.
I love it.
See,
He didn't make it.
That's the mark of a true legend. He's like 7 attacks, hit on 2s, 1 on 2s, -3, -4, 3 damage. He dead. He gone. And then he just pulled the Gretchen, but he's going to make him roll this out. He's going to make him roll this fucking out because it's not guaranteed.
I'm saying he's dead.
I mean, Austin guarantees it. An Austin guarantee is different.
I'm telling you, that dude ain't going to make it. Chad. Love Chad. Chad's a supporter of us at the Wobbly Modelers. We painted some stuff for him before. He is saying that he would love to get this Eldar super vehicle on camera, me versus Juice on one of these one day, my friend.
Certainly. You're definitely going to see Austin Adog in the Beats Lab soon playing on the live camera. All right, guys. Dice rolls are happening. I don't know what it is. Boots in the ground, Dan says he thinks the wall banner could have made it. He's just saying.
What Wog banner are you talking about, Dan? That is the Primarch, Magnus the Red.
Did the Trike just interrupt or just activate? He just activated because they had to fight at the end of the phase, right?
That is correct.
So wall banner just peeled off, or the Trike just peeled off a few bloodletters. Come on.
That's interesting. I think this is a misplay. I don't believe the blood letters needed to be close enough to have the bike attack them. Would you agree with me, Kenny?
He actually could have been a 1.1 inches away and then continued the pile-in. And so they didn't have to take any casualties. If you wanted to play it at the highest level, correct.
Gotcha. So we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't kill.
Ooh, so he converted the Crimson Crown, converted on a few extra hits just there.
Sweet. It's 6s to wound. Was confirmed. Wound rolls.
Because they're only
extra attacks.
So, okay, let's see what happens. Is it literally only 2? What happened here? Or is it 12? Tell me it's fucking 12. Tell me it's not 2. God damn it. Did he only get 2 wounds through? Profound sin. Oh, he dead. So he was showing us 12. That's what he was showing us.
Can I tell you a story about that guy? I tried to tell y'all. He ain't going.
He gone.
He gone. He gone. So not a big deal. Maybe lost some guys he didn't need to lose, but at least we got to see Korn do what Korn does. Bloodletter Bomb is still a real thing.
So we in turn 3 now. Dan, can you confirm final scores? My prediction is my man killed 2 units, 3 units. So actually Shay killed more, held. So he literally got 1, 2, 3. He looks like he got almost, if he did it better, he would have got recon. He did not get recon, but it looks like he got headhunter twice. So my man Shay just put some big points on the scorecard.
He decided he is not going out without a fight.
He is fighting.
He is showing up and saying, I'm going to score some points.
To reiterate, I'm bleeding, not sweating.
Well, as my one of my favorite quotes, I don't have time to bleed.
Jesse Ventura.
Yes, that's so good.
And on a side note, and a personal note, me and Austin are groomsmen at Juice's wedding in just a couple weeks.
Can't wait. That's going to be a party. I don't know if you're ready, Kenny. I don't know if you've partied like that. They're preparing to throw down, man. It's going to be a fun time. Got some people thinking, is the camera fuzzy for you? The overhead for you, Kenny?
The peripheral lens of the camera is fuzzy. It is a wide angle lens, so it is a little fuzzy on the outskirts. This is only going to be remedied by upgrading facility materials. So you guys know what you need to do. You need to become a veteran along with today. Give us that money. Find your way to the paywall. Give us a couple dollars. Right now, this operation represents about $2,000 in equipment. To go $1 above to create more quality, it's going to take more money, but we can always increase quality for free with new graphics, new overlays, and other things like that. So that's the real world business pitch of what we do.
Got a question on here. Could not the red unit there have consolidated and wrapped up this Gretchen squad? Possibly. I don't know
there's no way there's no way they had that kind of distance.
And regardless if they could or not, would be difficult to do. And there's not really any shooting. Obviously, you would pick them up in the next fight phase for free. But I'm assuming that it was impossible.
Dan, stop fucking with the focus. Push it all the way to the left. It doesn't get sharper than that. I just explained why the outsides are fuzzy. It's technical reasons.
Pay me my money.
It's a wide angle lens that is 5 feet suspended above a field. The outside of the lens will be fuzzy. So we are our tally is 12-6. Juice is firmly in the lead, but Shay is on the board. Dan, update us where we at. Looks like Juice is already fighting. Did he just? Or is he? Are we finishing a fight? Oh, they forgot to finish their phase. This happens a lot when you get really excited about a fight. Brimstones and Stormboys have to fight real quick.
Yeah, forgot Stormboys and Brimstones.
Grout Orderly is the C920. It's the same literal aperture and lens as a 922. They're the same. They're both wide angle, same exact lens. The 922 has better auto technology. But as far as hardware goes, the same camera.
Past leadership. 6 Brimstones died and they passed their leadership.
Oh, we rolled that one.
That's hilarious. Let's do some predictions here. Where are these dreadnoughts coming?
Okay, Juice has to bring dreadnoughts in at the end of the table. So let's take a look at the overhead. Let's get some predictions. So as far as 9 goes, looks like he can get 9 inches away from Mortarion, Magnus right here. I'm thinking they're going after. I'm thinking War. They're going to come out to the Bloodthirster. So they can literally set up probably right around the dice cam area right here. Try to make that charge. He's going to basically have to decide, as I'm drawing arrows, what can the Stormboys deal with? So actually, this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Stormboys. Oh, wait. I bet you. Let's ask Dan. Dan, Stormboys engage with the Brimstones. Do they have the Warlord that can let them fall back and charge anywhere near them? That basically decides which big dog they go.
If they do, they'll fall back and go after Magnus.
He'll double team Stormboys on Magnus in that situation.
The Dreads will deal with the other large creature in the corner. Bloodthirster going down. Both of them are scary. If you don't, just so everyone knows it, one Dreadnought will swing and then die.
Fact.
Or if he makes multiple charges, one Dreadnought will swing. He has 2 CP left. He can interrupt once.
Honestly, Magnus, can kill 2 Dreads. Splitting his attacks.
Absolutely. If they were the Imperium, it would be easier. A little harder to do.
Grout Order. Grout Order. Thank you guys for the technical advice. Yes, the DSLR with a capture card as our main camera could be huge, but what you guys understand is what we're doing is an unprecedented live casting battle report where we have people literally in 3 different states casting. This takes multiple computers, multiple cameras, multiple audio equipment to bring this type of a production. Is very cost prohibitive. And a DSLR with a capture card in studio can solve the problem. But as we said, there's already a substantial investment in this, and we will improve this quality in the future.
So the war boss that has the fallback and charge is that huge model in between objective 4 and 2. So he is in range of the Stormboys to fall back and charge.
All right, so
that changes everything. So obviously that's happening.
Both Stormboys. So this is what's happening, guys. Both Stormboys are going after more Magnus over here.
Yep. So pre-measured, everything is within 6. Everything is good.
That's going there.
Kosher.
And Death Dreads going here.
There it is. I think Headhunter will be maxed out on this turn. And the Dread's job is to pick up these marked units. He's got to get Magnus off the table and the Bloodthirster off the table at some point. I feel like he needs something to deal with this Bloodletter bomb. Not sure what direction he wants to go there.
No doubt. So Juice is increasingly concerned of his timeout that's coming up. So he's going to start skipping more phases of the game. He's going to start giving up on moving certain units. He'll start giving up on shooting entirely. He might even just do 1 second power and forget everything else.
Let me check out this clock. 25 minutes remaining.
People are asking about the Bloodthirster. That is a custom converter. Bloodthirster, I think it has some Skyboard bits on it, if I'm not wrong. Probably probably Dan made it himself.
It's pretty neat. I think I saw it on the internet.
Oh, Juice is doing something the opposite of what I thought. Juice is bringing the Storm Boys back to interact with the Bloodletters.
So
He's bringing the other Storm Boys up to deal with the backfield. What is he going to do with the Death Dreads? He went a completely different option than we predicted.
Well, this big unit here in the middle is just a boy unit, right?
Is that a boy unit or a Storm Boy unit?
I
Storm
believe-
Boys are dead. You're right. That is a boy
Yeah,
unit.
that one squad got eaten kind of by the smite and everything else. So there's that one Storm Boy squad up top dealing with the characters. He's going after the characters to clean up Headhunter. We'll see.
See, guys, the dice box has been appropriated as terrain. I think they're going to be somewhere over here. In this range. Yep. There we go. In between, see the Venn diagram in between the two circles is going to be the 9-inch mark.
I talk to Juice a lot, and obviously I play Magnus and Mortarion at competitively. We do pretty well. If you get into a spot like Juice is in, he's convinced himself you can just ignore him. You don't have to deal with him. So this is what he's going to do, is handle something a little easier to kill. Magnus is -1 to hit, has a 3-up invulnerable.
Actually, I forgot. He's TA. He's actually immune to boys right now. So it's Operation. I forgot there's a third contingency plan. Operation, it doesn't exist.
Yes. So he is TA. He is superhero. He will not die to anything, in my opinion. When he's toughness 8, has a 3-up invul, he's -1 to hit.
So the boys are getting jumped right now. So he looks like he's going to probably... that's interesting. What is he going to do with this?
Is that another Perils I saw?
Yeah, he took one. Yeah. If
That's
my man...
There's 2 CP that he has left. He could have killed both Psychers already.
Yeah, I'm shocked that Shay hasn't been doing that. Hasn't been using the warp... kill you in the mind warp power.
Something to bring up for sure.
Ooh, Magnus shut the jump down, by the way.
Love it. Magnus is yet to be touched. Hell, I don't even think he's been thought about.
This game is getting interesting.
Well, we're back to when Korn arrived.
So
charges happened. It was
charges are going down real quick. Update. He's rolling for the dreads. They get the second dread just made it. They need 8s, and I think they have Here We Go. So he's going to get these dreads in and leave a little pocket for the last dread.
The last dread being
Here We Go. Nope. So 2 out of 3 dreads. The Bloodthirster might kill them both. This could be a pretty big swing.
7 was rolled for the boys. The boys are going to come party with the Corn Demons, the Bloodletters. Bloodletters can issue some real damage. They don't take it very well on the chin.
No, T3, 5 up. They're about to get got. But Juice now has to decide who activates first. Because if he activates the boys first, both dreadnoughts are dead. If he activates one of the Death Dreads first, those boys are going to be hard pressed.
Juice still has 6 CP. Shay has 2, just enough to interrupt, like we discussed. So
maybe we were wrong. Maybe we were wrong about burning all those CPs on the Psychers.
We can think that, but I know I'm right.
I know there's no way you could predict that. So yes,
you gotta pick up the Psychers when they give them to you, because they're a problem and they're free points. He picked Headhunter, so that would keep him in the game as well. You could also just roll not enough to kill him. So
Juice almost under 20 minutes left on his timer.
And double that for Shay.
Oh, I'm stoked.
Oh, so Juice actually has 5 left because he mobbed up with the boys. So that's where that extra Storm Boys went. He mobbed them up. Is that something you can do with
So
small
it's,
boys?
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that
and
was a
infantry
boy
unit.
only.
I think it's infantry orc. So is Juice activating the boys first, Dan? Yeah, okay. I hope Shay has the wherewithal to interrupt with the Bloodthirster and take out these dreads.
They have the potential to put a hurting on you. Someone was talking about it in the chat earlier. They have a decent amount of 3 damage attacks, enough to put a hurting on them.
Tell the guys to roll their dice in the middle of the table. I'll switch to overhead. Boots on the ground, Dan.
Pretty sure that the boys should pick up this Bloodletter unit.
I feel like the Bloodletter unit's fucked.
Don't
Roll their dice in the center of the table. I'll switch to overhead. Tell them, Dan.
Dan the man with the plan. Magnus being ignored is always fun because there's some funny shit that's going to happen in this game because of him. I'm telling you, he can make some stuff happen. And being as good as he is, he'll keep you in the game. Like he's going to go head hunting. He's going to kill some characters.
No wall banner, so they're hitting on 3s. By the way, not to cut you off there. And wounding on 3s because of that squishy nature of all demon troops. Here we go. How good is this? This is wave 1, I imagine. So that's a bunch of dead Bloodletters already. This is important. So already got to take 9 saves. Oh God, it's bad.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good, man. It is bad. Sets of 20 is what Juice is rolling here for everybody. So 60 attacks.
Oh, it's bad. Just pick those Bloodletters up.
Just pick them up. He doesn't know yet.
But the good thing is that Juice has. If Shay's being smart, he's gonna make Juice burn his time to roll these out.
Very good point. It's going to take a while. You could stick 1,000,000 5-ups, right?
It's possible. It's possible.
Said no one ever. I once made 14 of 14 4-up invulnerables with Mortarion against the super heavy Tau suit. So it's possible.
I've done some shit. I've done some shit too, man. Save the game. I got to make these 3 5s right now.
That's why this game is great. You just make it happen.
See, Juice is trying to save time for Shay by just handing him the dice, and he's gonna recount them. Shay, come on, man.
Just roll them.
35 wounds. He dead. Shay, pick your fucking Bloodletters up.
So
that's only that's like a third of the rolls.
While they're doing this very long
Or
and
half.
tedious, they're all going to die. We already know it. Is he going to interrupt?
Interrupting is what it comes down to. Is he like, I want to auto pass morale, or is he like, I'm gonna fucking kill some shit? That's what it comes down to.
We got a comment on here. Magnus living into turn 3 is weird. Yes.
Truth.
Generally, when he's solo, it is very strange for him to survive 3 turns, but he's not solo in this. Instead of Mortarion, there's a Thirster.
There we go.
But Juice's list is not set to kill him, actually ignoring him.
Shay is interrupting. It's happening. Our fantasy has come to fruition, Austin.
All I want in life is
okay. Please split attacks. Please split your attacks. Please split your attacks. 3 attacks and a 1, only 2 hits. That's fine. 2 wounds. Give me that fucking 8 damage.
Please kill them both. I will rename him. He will be Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my God. All right. 2's the wound, right? 2 wounds. Oh, I can't tell. Right? Isn't it like strength 12 or?
I think he wins everything in the game on it too.
Yeah. Oh my God! The Juice just rolled 2 6s. Oh no, this is damage. He dead. 10 wounds. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Please kill the other one. I see some hits. I see models being removed. I see some wounds.
Oh my God. He wounds on 3s. Confirmed. 2 wounds. Now he needs to roll an 8 on 2 dice. Oh, a 7. He doesn't have any more. Did he roll the psychic power reroll?
Gaze for the free reroll.
Did he do it? Did he do it? He did it.
12. Oh.
He blew up. He doing mortal wounds. He blew up. 2 mortal wounds to the bloodthirster.
So what I think happened, and
6
we
up,
can
feel no pain.
confirm, I believe that he did 7 wounds to it, and then Juice, or he reminded Juice to see if it exploded, and it did, and then that killed the other one. Which would be a hilarious chain of events.
Dan, walk us through how all that rolling went down, if you can. Are we now we're back to Juice's attacks.
So Juice is now activating another charging unit. So we're off of this. He's going to kill some characters here in wreck space.
I'm predicting it right now. Shay with the epic comeback. Shay with the epic comeback.
Oh, so they're talking about how do you kill off Magnus when he's this buffed up right now?
You ignore him.
You have to. So Juice went hard in ignoring him. You can't interact with him when he's T8 -1, 3 up invulnerable, and has the rerolls that the list potentially can have. So what Juice is doing now, in order to turn off his epicness, he's killing some of the psychic powers that are buffing him right now. So he will no longer be toughness 8 for the remainder of the battle, and he's going to be basically solo. And then he's not a combat monster, so you can tie this man down with bodies, and he can't fall back and charge or do anything like that. So he'll kind of get stuck in an endless tide of boys. And Gretchen, literally Gretchen could survive if Juice has the CP to keep him around. So there's some ways to just ignore him and keep playing the game, which is what Juice decided to do while Juice is focusing on killing the rest of the
real
list.
quick update. Storm Boys into the Herald. The Loki popped off, said you don't get to 4s, but then the Herald died. So guys, if you're watching, one of the buffers, the guy who actually has the boon, who's the toughness 8 potential for Magnus, he gone. This will never happen again. He'll never have toughness 8 again, probably.
Yeah. So that toughness 8 power actually just said they didn't come after you, which is pretty good power.
Yeah. So now he's about to kill the changeling. So it's about to max headhunter right now. And just to go back in time on the whole Death Dread situation, it was a gaze reroll as we predicted, and then he blew up. So the psychic power reroll came in clutch. I feel like the changeling's about to get got. So here's the thing. I have faith in Shay. Shay actually has. You guys can't see it. Because it's so extreme on the bottom left corner over here. But there is the Bloodthirster is here, and off the table down here is a Khorne Demon Prince. I will put money that those guys can push back these boys.
Probably factual. You're basically picking up the boys in droves. This Thirster's a problem, dude.
Juice's turn is done. We are about to go into the bottom of the turn. I think Shay is going to pick up some units right now.
Still in it.
So as far as big bandits, let me circle some guys. Magnus, Bloodthirster. There's a Demon Prince chilling over here. That is basically it. Demon player almost out of units. He's only got a few left. It's about what can he do with these small units. I think that he's going to take these guys down. He's just got to kill units. He's got to hold objectives. He's still got Brimstones holding objectives. Shay is going to be putting points up on the board right now. We're going to be calculating turn 3 points in just a minute, guys. But Shane, let's see what he does. Ignore that Death Dread.
He's looking to score something, kill something. Do we know how many units Juice picked up there?
Juice killed 2 characters, Bloodletters. I think Juice killed 3 units this turn.
3 down. It's going to be a tough task, but if he can kill 3, he prevents Juice from scoring a bonus point.
Dan, what's the character that's standing right next to Magnus? Is that a war boss? Please tell me we can smite someone to death and kill 10 Gretchen this turn. War boss. That's a war boss confirmed. Tell me yes. Yes.
Oh, and get flamed.
Oh, sorry. He killed 2 Death Dreads. Thank you, LT. So he's already killed 2 Death Dreads. So Death Dreads doesn't count as killing something, but it counts for killing more. As long as he kills something in his player turn, he's already killed 3 units.
So good.
So
He's going to go up one in that. I think he'll kill
I think
Sugi.
this is going to be Shay's turn. I think it's going to be Shay's turn. Okay, Magnus Smite right now. Magnus Smite goes off 7, 8, 9.
Not enough.
Not enough. He has no rerolls in the bank. It's not a super smite, but it is a D6 smite. He denied it. Did he deny it? No, he did not deny it. Because of the +2. He rolled a 9 natural, right?
Not enough.
So he needs to roll what, a 5? Or is a war boss a 6 wounder or a 5 wounder? Fuck, he's a 6 wounder, isn't he? 5 wounds, he ain't dead. But that fucking stupid fucking flamer is gonna finish the goddamn job. Oh my god, we were doubting Shay on this unit.
He just knew that Magnus wasn't gonna super smite him.
Oh my god. If this motherfucker, he moved, so he's hitting on 4s, right? Or 5s.
Well, the flamer's assault, right?
No, I think it's a heavy weapon. The Exalted Flamer is a heavy weapon. So whatever it did, he rolled a 4, 5, 6 for something here. I don't know what that second power is. We'll get an update for you in just 1 second.
So pretty much all that's left, he's trying to get 3 up invulnerable. He's trying to get -1 to hit.
Gets blocked. And now probably warp time. I don't know. Yeah, he can't switch. It has to be warp time.
Well, he can't. At this point, he only gets to cast 3 powers.
Yeah,
so
not he rolled a 9 on something. So Weaver, so the 3 up invulnerable got denied. Warp time goes off on a 7, 8, 9 with the pluses.
Yeah, let's confirm the psychic powers that are going off.
Confirmed. Boots on the Grand Dan. Boots on the Grand
Excellent. So Weaver of Fate, so he does have a 3 up invulnerable?
No, he does not. Smite goes off. Weaver gets denied. And warp time is about to go off unless Juice goes into.
I want you guys. We were talking about how to deal with this guy. This guy doesn't have a single buff off. He is not -1 to hit. He is not 3 up invulnerable. He is not toughness 8.
He's gone. Okay, I love it. He's gonna go off to the other war boss. Dan, is that the other war boss?
Yes, that is the war boss that has been allowing people to fall back and do some shenanigans. Magnus has got some shit. He's talking to that guy right now. He's about to whoop his ass.
Oh my god, God, that flamer, that exalted flamer, better kill a motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
He's like, I'm telling you, he's so disappointed that he showed up.
Is this it? Is this is exalted flamer? 2 hits? Are we doing exalted flamer shooting? Or wait, what are we doing? Oh, he did it!
So I'm assuming he did the auto hit, which is strength 5, right?
Yeah, he did the flamer version. He didn't do the last cannon version, right?
Which is good, you know.
He dead. So that's already 3. So already Shay has killed 3 units. He's tied Juice. He's got to kill one more unit.
You're telling me Magnus is just going to punt this war boss out of existence? Just punt him out of existence. So this is fun stuff for everybody at home. What is the distance between the war boss and the Gretchen unit? And can he touch both of them?
Oh my God, Dan, please tell us that Magnus can hit both. Oh, that was such a rookie move right there.
I know he can.
That was such a rookie charge.
So he's got a 4-inch base, and so you have basically 5.9999 inches. If you have 5.99 inches between 2 units, he can kill both of them.
Did the Bloodthirst okay, so Bloodthirster made it. Did the Demon Prince fail his charge?
Juice is smiling. Juice is always smiling.
Dan, so that Demon Prince didn't make it in. Oh, he didn't charge with the Demon Prince. Why the fuck not?
They have a good point. Someone has mentioned the Green Tide stratagem on here. Are we going to see these boys come back to life?
Oh, is that why Juice is smiling?
What, you better kill them all.
Because he's not going to die. They're not all going to die. Juice is just going to bring them back to life. Oh, Juice was smiling because he knows that Magnus, that was a rookie charge action that he didn't try to engage the Gretchen to.
Kind of big. I mean, that would pick up another unit.
The Berlin. Juice is 100% skipping Overwatch. His clock is almost out on the chess clocks. Let me go to the street level cam. Juice only has 15 and a half minutes left. He is literally refusing to do anything that hurts that clock.
So added up, how big he could have taken the Gretchen off objective 4. But potentially, would that have tied for objectives?
No, he still would have lost them, I think, because he would have lost objectives too, I think. Yeah, it didn't matter. It had no impact on the objective game.
So not a big deal, but it was a freebie that was there.
So expect these boys to come back to life at full strength. But that puts Shay in an interesting position.
Juice is spinning CP. What do we got going on?
Is it a interrupting with the war boss? The war boss is going into Magnus. Is this the fucking Power Claw?
Super Claw.
So this is a 3 damage guy. So he hits on 2s. Does he have a Fist of Gorkov? Man, that's a lot of attacks. 1's on 3s. Oh shit! Magnus has to make a fuck ton of 4-up immortals.
Yeah, he's not buffed at all.
He makes half. Okay, so he takes 9 damage. And he's going to immediately attack again. Oh my god, he might kill Magnus. Oh my fucking god, he might kill Magnus. Oh shit. If he does that same roll.
Did he not fight with Magnus first?
No, he fought with the with the fucking stupid Bloodthirster first.
Wrong. God. You look at the book, you say, hey, what does this character got? You're like, hey, he's got this claw.
Oh, okay. So all of those rolls were the war boss fighting twice.
Understood.
Okay, so war boss is dead, but he put Magnus in his half bracket profile.
Took him to 9. I think 9 is the number, like you said.
Yep. Well, actually, I think it's below half, right?
For whatever reason, I could look it up. I believe that normally you would think it would be half plus 1 wound. I think he's half. I don't know why I think that. It might be because I play him.
Jeremy. So Shay misplayed. He activated the Bloodthirster first instead of Magnus, and then therefore Juice interrupted with the war boss and fought twice, putting 9 wounds on Magnus.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's a misplay. Big misplay.
We were thinking that he's going to ignore him, and you gave him 9 wounds. Best war boss ever. That guy went out like a champ.
So it looks like it's a Bloodthirster's T7, right?
Toughness 7.
So
I will confirm, but I believe so.
Orcs are going to put a lot of wounds on Bloodthirster, but Bloodthirster will be fine.
Toughness 7, 16 wounds, got a 3-up armor save.
Yep. So he'll survive.
Taking chunks out of the boys, but like you said, we're looking like we have enough CP that the boys will just walk off a table edge.
19 wounds on the Bloodthirster, 3 above math. So he should take 8 wounds. And then he has a feel no pain, so he should actually take like 16 wounds, I think. Is that right? Or no, sorry, less. Sorry, the reverse.
This is important for his warlord trait. He's got that 6-up feel no pain. If he makes one here, he rerolls everything.
Oh, claw to damage. Sorry, so 19 wounds. He should still have over 10. I mean, he should only take like 5, right? So there it is. There's 5, and then there's feel no pain.
I'm pretty sure this is what happened for everyone. I'm pretty sure that the war boss fought. They agreed that Magnus would kill him, right? And then he swung when he died.
No, I think Juice was trying to kill him. I think Juice literally did the old fight twice because it's instant. But that would have been a smarter management of CPs to do it your way. Bloodthirster took 9 fucking wounds. Oh my god! So that is a brutal. He only has 5 left.
The Orcs are stepping up to the plate here. This was, and it still was primed to be a huge turn for the Demons. But the Orcs are basically stealing. That's what they do, right? They're looting wounds from these monsters.
Yep. Dan, start giving us a tally on the final score. I think that Shay killed more. I think Shay held. So he killed, he held, he killed more. So 3. Juice flipped it on him. So it's actually a draw right there. 3-3. And I think they both... Is Shay still fucking up on Recon? Yeah, he's still fucking up on Recon. Still fucking up.
Interesting.
We're in turn 3, ladies and gentlemen.
See if we can tally it up, Kenny, and get a. What is the score currently looking like?
I think it's off the top of my head. I think it's going to be 16 to like 10. Juice favor. That's what I'm predicting. But Dan will figure it out for us. Yes, the dice app is one of my favorite tools. Somebody was mentioning that, Azrael. But for the sake of the live game, we're using dice.
I do 99 cents is worth that app though for just like you're on the shitter and you can roll dice. So
yeah, it's Red Dragon Almost Pro Gaming. The Orc Fight Twice stratagem is basically the most open-ended fight twice stratagem. It literally gives you permission to fight twice whenever you want. Now, rolling dice is better for camera. In a tournament, Juice will use the dice app probably. Save a lot of time.
or like he'll have the cups.
Jay, Magnus doesn't get to fight before the Warboss fights twice. If he uses the full 3 CP one, it's like right then. If he wants it to be. It's super open-ended. Orcs got the strongest wording.
That's pretty good. I think I didn't realize that until right now.
It's basically like the Knight's stratagem. The Knight fight twice stratagem is immediately.
House Terran.
Yeah, the Berlin Dice app, not on Android. It used to be. I actually have it on my Android, and it sucks because I'm going to upgrade phones this Christmas, and I'm not going to have the Dice app anymore. Because I don't use that fucking iPhone shit. Fuck, I might have to get the iPhone.
I mean, you get like a Buster iPhone just for games and apps.
Truth. So, looks like we're already in the Magic phase. Dan, can you give me a recap on points ASAP?
Tell me a story.
Yeah, exactly, LT. The Knight one is immediately. Marine is end of turn. Orc is immediately or whatever.
So good.
Oh, Juice actually clutched more points than I thought he did this turn. Juice crushed it with a combination of marked. I forgot marked. He picked up marked, headhunter, and recon. So and Juice picked up 8 fucking points.
And 1, 2, 3, 4. Did he get a bonus point as well?
No,
he was not. He was not on that top one. Yep. So what's our score?
It's going to be 10 to 20. So it's a comfortable lead. Still a game. Okay, here we go. +1 attack went off. Smite went off, and now we're charging right now. Orcs are coming in with +1 attack on unbuffed Magnus right now. It looks like he did an extra wound to Magnus. Sorry.
What is our CP looking like for Juice?
Yeah, Juice has got to be almost out, right? He looks like he didn't. He did not green tide. This is where the action is, ladies and gentlemen.
Storm Boys into Magnus. Non-buffed Magnus is not going to have a good day. I'm probably would bet he's going to fall on this fight phase.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Green Honor, he says Dice app is okay, but you'll never have everyone happy with the app. Here's how I handle that. I pull out the Dice app and I say, this is what I'm using. And then nobody says shit. Here we go. Hitting on 3s like a hobo because no wall banner.
Yeah, that walk banner didn't make it, bro. He got nuked.
Wounding on 5s.
Flamer.
So I think he's gonna just hand 5 dice at a time, or maybe okay, 4 wounds so far, hitting on 3s. That's a bad conversion right now. Let's see if Juice picks up a couple extra 5s. Let's offset this. Oh, he's wounding on 4s right now? Where'd he get the extra strength? Oh, -1 to hit. Magnus got -1 to hit buff off? Oh, fuck. I didn't realize that. Shit. He got glamour.
Unbuffed.
I thought he was unbuffed. So, but he got glamour off last turn. Then Juice killed all his guys. He still has glamour up. So Magnus has taken 3 wounds so far. He only has 6 left, ladies and gentlemen.
My concern is he casted Warp time for sure.
I think it was one of the other characters before they died. They put it on him. I don't think Magnus came with that.
No other character has that. He's the only Thousand Sons character.
Fact. Dan, can you ask the table how Magnus got the glamour? I thought warp time went off.
He smited, he warp timed, and he
got blocked on one power. Where'd the fourth one come from? Yeah, but he can only cast 3 unless he's got the unless he uses a stratagem, which he did not use. Might have to redo that assault phase. Just let the guys know, since we have 2 eyes on the table. Where did he get glamour from when he already attempted 3 powers? Did he not attempt smite? Are we misremembering that? No, he did a smite. He smited 5 wounds on the war boss.
5 wounds, yep.
Yeah,
definitely warp timed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that 4th sack of power is coming from, Dan.
To cast an additional power would be 1 command point.
Me and Austin count as judges, by the way. Referees, not judges.
I can wear my zebra shirt.
Oh, they misunderstood him. Okay, this could be a Dan issue. Dan was getting high. High on life. No drugs involved. It's a family-friendly show.
Hey, that makes more sense. So he was not -1 to hit. He was unbuffed.
We calls him like we sees him here. There is a big fight in the chat about. I think that is the fight in the chat about if you interrupt, can you fight again before the other guy fights? Is that what you got? Is that the distillation of what you guys are discussing? The chat might not be in agreement on this.
Yeah, there's a lot of chatter on it.
Hey, post your arguments on Beats Lab community, guys. Head on over to the Facebook link, Beats Lab community. Throw up your discussions, why you think you can or cannot do it. Let's get a real discussion going. Oh, hey. Boys are going into the Bloodthirster right now. Big shout out from Boots on the Grand Down says, yo, can you give a shout out to all my sisters and brothers out there who are served as well? All our veterans out there. Tomorrow is Monday. Much love. Let's see if this Bloodthirster makes it out of this combat. You know, this could, like, depending on how this turn goes for Shay, depends on where he's at in life. Bloodthirster took 2 wounds already. Jeremy Martin Smith, Austin and I are Bloodthirster down. This is bad. Shay lost this game. Jeremy Martin Smith, we are watching we use a chat app that is combining all the chats from Facebook, from YouTube, and from Twitch. This is a simulcast production. If you're watching on Facebook, you're only watching with 23 people. YouTube currently has 150 and Twitch has about 100. So I strongly recommend getting on Twitch. That is the home of our live content. We put this out here on Facebook so everyone has an opportunity to see it, though. Magnus only has 3 wounds left. Once Magnus dies, I mean, even at this point, it's about to be handshake time. It's about to be handshake time. And you know what? Here's the reality, boys and girls. Most competitive games of 40K only go 3 turns.
Well, at this point, we can bring to light that Juice has 6.5 minutes left on the clock. And if this was a game where things were a little closer, it would be looking really good for the Demon players. But Juice is in the position to table him in 6 minutes.
Juice will literally only push models on objectives for the rest of the game.
And win.
Juice is managing as much time as possible, only doing the minimum he needs to. He has a 10-point lead. He's literally only going to roll the minimum amount of dice from here on out. Magnus has 2 wounds left, and I think that's all. And then there's this Demon Prince.
Right, that would be his last.
So Juice also does Juice have 3 CPs left? If Juice has 3 CPs left, he can still green tide, so it doesn't matter.
I believe he has 2 left. If he swung twice with the War Boss, like we said last turn, it was 3 CP. I believe he has 2 CP left. We can confirm with Dan the Man.
Jeremy Martin Smith, twitch.tv/Long War TV. We are online, I promise you.
He said found it. Looks like everybody's talking about the FAQ that is coming out, or excuse me, chapter approved will more than likely clean up.
Okay, we've just gone into turn 4. Sorry to cut you off. Continue. Chapter. Oh, you talk about chapter approved, aka FAQ, fixing orcs.
And the Orc Codex FAQ would clean this up. It'll get cleaned up. That's probably a safe assumption.
It's bottom of 3, not turn 4. Okay, Dan. I get you.
Bottom of 3. We get to see what Magnus is going to do. Pretty much all that's left is a Demon Prince in Magnus.
And a Exalted Flamer.
That Exalted Flamer who I was picking on earlier. Picked up a Headhunter. Don't want to think that it's over, but we know that it is over. Points-wise, I don't think there's any way you could scoop up enough points to catch up to a 20-10 or whatever the score was. So at this point, he should have some fun. I'd really like to see him do some silly things with Magnus with no wounds left.
I mean, if Juice doesn't have enough points left for our Green Tide, this Prince actually is going to kill every fucking model on the bottom left of the table. Think about it. Like that Death Dread, that's all Juice has back there. So like if this guy can get through that Death Dread charge, I mean, it's pretty good. If Magnus can hop out of that combat, throw a smite over there, I mean, Shay's got play.
There's so many things. When you're building a list with Magnus, there's no reason not to take some Thousand Sons love with him, so they can buff him and he can do the Lord's work.
It's true. I mean, like, big misstep in army list construction. If you were taking a Magnus, it should have been a Supreme Command attachment. You should have had fucking Armand 3 Demon Princes. That should have been your fighting force. There's Bloodthirster. There's other Demon Prince garbage. Don't take them.
Don't take them. You can make I don't even mind having a Bloodletter Bomb in the list, but not the princes in the list should be T-Sons because you spent 445 points to take a Primarch.
Top 3 best Supreme Command attachments in the planet. 2,000 Sun Demon Princes and Aramon, which also unlocks your ability to take Magnus. It is fucking solid if you're looking to get more competitive. Shay, that'd be my one piece of advice to your list is that I know you probably love your Bloodthirster and all that shit, but at the end of the day, he funds that Supreme Command attachment.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost point for point. Having other Psychers buff Magnus in this circumstance right here, Magnus would not be buffed, but he would know Bolt of Change, Doombolt, Infernal Gateway, Smite, all the powers in the world. He'd be picking off characters left and right the whole game.
Prince already took 4 damage. Okay, never mind.
The Prince is getting whooped. These orcs are surprisingly good.
They're putting the beat down. Oh my god.
But anyway, the Magnus, the way that he is currently equipped, is not going to do anything. He'll kill seven boys with Smite and get nuked.
I mean, he's not even gonna do that. He's not even in the super cast bracket anymore.
I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Watch, he'll kill 7 guys.
Oh, big chop up, man. I love the big chop up. Let me tell another piece of advice, ladies and gentlemen. Every 30-man boy squad you have, you need to put a big chop in there. Trust me. It's just so cheap and so good.
Walk me through it. What's it do?
+1 strength, -1, 2 damage.
Decent.
Like fucking 5 points or some shit.
That seems good.
Like literally get one.
How many can you take? Just one?
One for the knob.
Yeah. Instead of a Power Claw?
Yeah, Power Claw is sucker's game. Unless you, it's fucking.
Yeah, but you say for 5 points.
It's like 5 or 8 points where the Power Claw is like 13 points or some shit. Like it's just a smarter move.
Big chopper it is.
The only Power Claw I take is the one I'm required to take on my fucking Big Mech on Mega Armor and the one I take on the Power Claw Relic. All right, 7 saves on Magnus. He's not gonna. So 1 wound left on Magnus. Oh
Mm.
my God. He's still here, ladies and gentlemen. Shay is still in the game.
What a nuisance.
If this was Mortarion, as we said at the top of the battle report, Mortarion 1 wound left can table your whole fucking army.
I think orcs are a little more afraid of him.
Mortarion is the truth, yeah. Okay, we're about to get you guys we're going into turn 4, correct me if I'm wrong, or we're going to turn 5. Oh, we're going to 5. That was all 4 turn. That was the fastest turn 4 in the history of the game. Sorry,
Juice literally played 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Dan, I'm sorry.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'm sorry. I love you, dog. Boots on the ground, Dan, doing a great job, by the way. The proprietor of Beats Lab Gaming, the real life store IRL. Guys, exclamation point lists. If you want to see the lists, go over to Beats Lab Gaming page all day, every day. And also exclamation point Battle Bros. If you want to get on this new fresh Patreon page for tactics by Sean Naden and Juice. Juice just went up 5 points.
25 to 14.
Oh, it's not bad. It's a 6-point spread, homie. Or I don't know if I don't know math. That's more than 6 points.
Looks like Juice just smited. Poor guy rolled really high.
Points have been updated.
For the record, none of these psychers should be alive.
Yes, agreed. I've won games with that fucking stratagem from the demons. Boy, smite.
I don't know if did he roll that 11 for the smite, because that's a good smite.
Is that, yeah, I'm about to say, is that a real smite? Oh, so he killed himself. He killed himself, therefore the psychic power doesn't go off, and he blows up and kills people around him.
I love it.
Weird boy down, kills his own guys, doesn't kill the demon prince. Shay's gonna win this game.
Is Juice aware that the clock is not running?
Yes, Dan. The clock is on the wrong person's time.
Well, it's not.
No. He's actually killing Shay models. No, it's on the right person. It doesn't count by seconds. It counts by minutes still.
Oh, I got you.
No, we're good. We good. Prince took a wound from what? Oh, from the D3 mortal wounds because he was close enough. Kill 5 of his own guys though.
Yeah, what I was saying, Kenny, is the clock isn't moving at all. Like it's not ticking down.
It doesn't tick down. It's
See, now it is ticking
down.
down.
They paused it. They paused it. Boots on the ground. Dan, why did they pause it for that discussion? Wasn't that all on Juice's time? Now it ticks down seconds when you're in the minutes. Yeah. They hit that pause button. Dirty clock cheaters.
Those are some good looking dreads.
Juice is going to have to just move some models around real quick and concede time just in a second.
This will be 2 games in a row. Juice has come to time.
Yeah.
You'll have to talk to that man.
Yeah. But also, part of Juice's job is to play armies. He doesn't play. So I imagine Juice is going to roll this shit, immediately switch the clock over. Oh, no, he's rolling in his time. Juice needs to be, he dead. Juice don't care.
He gone.
There you go, he done. He said his time is over. Prince dead, he's done fighting. He don't give a fuck. Magnus is dead. Magnus is dead, Prince is dead. This game is over, ladies and gentlemen. All that is left is 3 Brimstone Whores and an Exalted Flamer. Juice doesn't care now. This is it. That's left in the Demon Army.
Well, any takeaways before we get them on here? What are you thinking about these orcs?
I have a lot to say about these orcs. Honestly, I think that Juice, unpracticed with the orcs, first game ever, just talking about it on the Battle Brothers Tactics page, came out against what I consider to be a subpar competitive list. And I think he barely got through his time. And there were a lot of situations that he optimized because of his experience. I think this exact Orc Army against like my demons, I think I would have won.
No, I agree. I saw some things on my end that was a misplay by the demon player. Juice was able to take advantage of some of the things and came out on top just because he was able to swarm the table that first turn and get on top right away.
Yes, sir.
Misplayed in deployment. I really would have liked to see not free units get killed. Like even the 10-man bloodletter units, if used correctly, will pick up these Gretchen that are scoring all these objectives.
No doubt.
So they were stolen early for no reason.
I think a lot of this comes back with the dice app and movement trays, though. So I think Juice would have gotten 30 minutes back on his clock if he was prepared.
Well, just with his Tyranids, he plays with cups and dice, so he's got pre-counted out attacks and things like that.
Yeah, so don't judge Juice for the time. Trust me, he is aware of his time. This is for the video production, and he still got through his time, still won the game. We're about to hear from these guys in 1 second. Boots on the ground. Dan is going to unmute them in just 1 minute. Once we get the that computer needs to be reconfigured, Dan. Hopefully, Rob is there to help you with it. You need to make sure the mic inputs are detecting the Yeti, and the Yeti is the mic. Right. Both are mic. Both. Ladies, here we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Juice, do you hear us?
Yeah.
All right, we did it. Oh, and I see Robbie B. Robbie B, get in frame 1 second. I want to see the most famous man in 40K.
Robbie B, get in frame.
That's a white hand right there. That is a pale hand.
That is a transparent Dorian Gray looking motherfucker right there.
Stand out cute.
Just flex for us.
Flex.
Rob, flex.
Rob, flex. Come on.
I am flexing.
Oh,
I can't. My not flex and my flex are the same.
That's Rob's secret. He's always flexing.
So, Juice, we want to ask a couple of questions real quick. First off, we got the final score. You guys checked out the last turn. Before we heard the talk, it was 25-14. Obviously, an imminent tabling. What would the final score be for the rest of the game?
For turn 6?
Yeah.
So I would have scored more, held more, killed more. So it would have been an additional 5 points.
So 30-14, Juice takes the win.
Right now, the final score would have been, if I would have got +5.
30-14.
30-14?
20.
Okay, 30 to 30-ish that way. 30-14, 30-20. Well, no, because you would have been able to kill one. So it would have been like 30-15, something like that. Like, solid game. Let me explain something first off. Wow, Shay, great game.
Well, I try. I really do.
You know, there was an absolute firefight happening just with fisticuffs. In my mind, I want you to know I was sweating the entire time, thinking to myself, not only tactically what I want to do with each unit, but what I don't have time to do with each unit. I was literally picking layers away in my brain. No consolidation with this unit. This unit, once I swing, don't touch those models again. This unit of boys that I did jumped was an absolute waste since they didn't make the charge. I wish I just didn't play the entire game without them, right? I wish I would have just did jumped turn 5 if I needed them, but so I wasted seconds there. Like, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody thinks that they're going to play 90 Storm Boys, 90 boys and Gretchen to any efficiency, my back is sweating.
Well, we talked about it, Juice. You are one of the best at time management. You would have cups and smaller dice and stuff ready to go if you were playing this a lot.
Oh, yes.
You would have many ways to speed up your clock. So
you're so right, Austin. Like, absolutely. I would have preloaded 20 dice, 30 dice, 40 dice, whatever the case may be. But like, also, if I try to engage the entire game with my units of move 3, pile in, do this, like, once I decided I swung, I knew that I have enough speed that I don't need to move those models again. I don't care about those inches. I don't care about trapping anybody because you have so many bodies on the table. Who cares if somebody falls back and you get shot? All they're doing is actually saving you time.
Juice, you remind me of something that you and Sean Naden were talking about your tactics channel about efficiency. Certain army codexes have different efficiency ratings, and you only have to be X amount of efficiency when playing orcs because of that. So you don't have to manage every movement phase to that max level because you have this innate efficiency built into the orc codex right now. Is that something similar?
100.
Battle Brother on Patreon. I saw that recently. You guys said that.
Yep. No, absolutely. It's something that we've talked about. And another thing that I want to go in, do you know that If I had exploding sixes, if I built an orc army with shooting, I would have clocked out.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I would have played a golf army that re-rolled dice within the fight phase, it was all that I could do to keep up with finding what dice to pull, and then rolling to wound. Let alone, are those any sixes? Do I get extra dice? Then I rolled a hit.
All
Like,
those fours miss. So
yeah,
it goes
you
out.
know, I mean, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you think you're picking up an orc army and you aren't down to haul ass for 2.5 hours, you don't need to play this army. I will never in my life play an orc army at a tournament. That will never happen. I don't care how good.
Well, I mean, it comes down to what we say in the podcast. Like, if you're going to play an army like this, you're passively cheating if you don't have movement trays, you don't have a dice app, or at least cups full of dice. Like, you got to know, because you got to realize we live in an era now where we understand that if there's 3 hours in the clock, you get half, I get half. You don't get to fuck with my time.
That's right. Like, I actually, if you are playing in a meta right now, if you're playing in a meta in which there's orcs, you better just buy a chess clock. Yeah, I don't want to see any orc players without chess clocks. Like, you can secretly, and not even see, you can just, without even thinking you're cheating, just like Kenny said, passive cheating, you will drain an entire clock. If I didn't know that I was on the clock,
We would have known.
my turn one would have probably lasted an hour.
Yeah.
Right. And because there's so many things to do in my mind, I haven't completed half of them. So I'm like, my time hasn't been that much because I haven't gotten done what I wanted, let alone, you know, again, any rerolls, anything like that.
You
Like,
didn't even shoot.
I literally, Shay, I didn't take a single shooting phase.
Nope.
I didn't take a single, like, I went from movement, cast 2 psych abilities, and then assault.
Yep.
Like, I did not fall back. I didn't overwatch, you know, or excuse me, I didn't consolidate. I didn't do any of those other things. Like, if I didn't swing twice, it was going on, moving, you know. I want to talk about an MVP in the Army, Shay.
For me, absolutely, it'd be the clock. A lot of work for me. No, but absolutely. Besides that, it'd be Magnus. He single-handedly got a bunch of points for Headhunter for me, detracted a ton of firepower away from other spots in the table. It didn't go well, obviously, on my end, but it was a good game.
No, and so, Shay, what I really like about your style of armies, and this is something you're kind of known for here in the shop, is like, you don't necessarily play, you play fun lists, you play cool lists, you play units that people haven't seen really before. Bloodletter Bomb is definitely a legitimate thing. The Demon or the Bloodthirster, Instant Rage or whatever it's called,
Rage,
is an absolute Tyrannosaurus. So, like, this is actually a style of army that you're going to see, right, at some Demon.
You see the local meta. Like, we actually talked about that, Shay. You know, and we said it multiple times with the broadcast. No disrespect to Shay. In the world of competitive gaming, he has a very limited amount of what is conceived and considered to be a competitive unit. There's a lot of elements of your army that are going to get steamrolled by elements of Juice's army. One of the funniest moments I want to talk about from the game was, I'm sure Sean and Juice, in a Beats Lab Battle Report breakdown on the Patreon page, will break this thing down to a level we can't even consider yet because their brains are so much bigger than ours when it comes to competition. Here's the funniest moment. Me and Austin could chime in on this. We were like, this stupid fucking Exalted Flamer, this one Exalted Flamer, what a waste of points. And then when Magnus rolled a 5 on Smite on that war boss, and then we saw that fucking Flamer was there, we were like,
Flamer. You made me eat my words. It was like, this motherfucker's about to flame this dude and kill something, actually kill something. That Exalted Flamer killed more than Sean Naden's Avatar of Cain did in the entire tournament. Like, let me tell you.
No, I got him down to 1 wound, and I'm like, yes, I got that Exalted Flamer.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was asking, like, hey, what's his toughness? What's his save look like? Okay, cool.
He's gone.
here you go.
In some other universe, you wrote down a secret objective and you actually won this game because that dude killed that.
We literally were like, this is dumb. What a waste of points. And then like, 2 hours later, we're like, is this man a genius?
Oh, it's hilarious. Juice, I got a question for you. You came so hard turn 1, dropping 90 models on him. Yes, I said that.
Came so hard turn 1.
I literally just said that. Did you forget to screen out for his deep striking, or did you plan on letting him drop all his stuff in behind your lines?
Dude, I had no idea what Shay wanted to do, and I knew that I could control as much of the board as possible. I, at that point, coming so far forward with the Storm Boys and stringing myself back, I didn't care about my back end anymore.
You have to consider the clock. Like, you just had to sacrifice thought process, brain power.
Yep. Yep. So if there's just like a huge play on words here. That's just what we're good at.
God,
We're
I love
actually
it.
wordsmiths.
Oh, man.
Juice, they say we're the same person. They don't
Well,
know the difference.
We're
we're not.
actually in the era of dick jokes now. We have transcended
That's right.
poop jokes. We don't do them anymore. That's for scrubs. We do dick jokes now.
That's right.
But
no, so
back
I
on a
do-
serious note, I feel like because you were playing so fast and you were so conscious on time and you're doing such a good time managing what you did, I think your Gretchen could have easily just backed up and,
it
and
goes
held that
back
back line.
But like my thing is there's 6 objectives on the table. There's nothing important about my corner as it is as another corner with an objective, as in another one. I actually had double redundancy back there, right? So where if he did land and kind of take it over, I still had enough objectives secure back there where I would have rather him not have landed a unit, on the other side where I only have a small objective, Gretchen unit, and then I have to come get him a little bit. Like again, you have so many models.
Juice.
It
Seems to me that if we're nitpicking on a perfect game, which has never existed in the history of 40K, then yeah. But I watched you manage that dice like a Tyrannosaurus, right? I was like, this motherfucker didn't overwatch. This motherfucker didn't shoot. I cannot even so to me, leaving those Gretchen behind, brain power. So much of your turn is thinking. That fell out of your thought process instantly when the clock became priority.
Yeah, because again, it fell out, and that's actually a good analogy to it. It fell out because it wasn't important to me.
It wasn't important to you, so it didn't make the cut.
Yeah, because I actually don't care. To be honest, I don't. Once I got both units here and then 90 boys in this corner, and I had plenty of independent characters and stuff like that here chilling in the center, I actually didn't care about whatever. The one unit I think I made a mistake on was I was in. I think it was turn 3. I had to make a decision on where my star, basically my 300-point star of Death Dreads would come in at. I wanted to go after Magnus. I wanted to go
We predicted that's where you would put it. We predicted you would put it there. So your brain lined up with 2 other people's brains, and you're telling us that was a mistake?
No, my mistake was that I came over to Magnus twice. I was like, I want to do it.
You burned time.
And that's exactly what it was.
You burned
I was
time.
burning time. Right? Like I should have known right away, don't do that, but it took me, again, it seems nitpicky, but when you take 45 seconds walking around the table, I would have much rather have had that and at a later end. But no, this was an absolute eye-opening experience. And in all reality, this was a tame orc list.
Tame. Yeah. I actually told Austin after this game, I was like, look, like I said, Shay, great job. I love you brought the units you brought. You brought some competitive units. You brought some non-competitive units. You brought a Magnus, but you didn't bring a Supreme Command of Aramon and 2 Demon Princes, which you would just sacrifice the Bloodthirster and basically pay for. I basically said, this is my demons. I won this game. Like, this tame-ass Orc Army got beat by me, right? I can't wait to see Juice going hard in the paint with what he believes, and him and Sean over on Battle Brother on Patreon believe to be the real Orc truth. Because, it was a close, in all reality, it was a close fucking game, because here's the situation, Shay. You made that Bloodthirster charge along with those fucking Bloodletters. So the Bloodthirster kills that fucking boy, that Trike, and then the fucking Bloodletters double fight and kill all the fucking dudes they were trying to kill. Juice would have been in a fucking bad situation.
Bad situation. That was actually, you're right, Kenny. That was a major sway in my favor. Or actually, it was the time in which he could have brought it back to himself instead of steadily over on my favor. He re-rolled the charge distance and then simultaneously burned a command point.
I was off by 1.
Literally off by 1. For
the most part, great job, both of you guys. Really impressive management of time. I really wanted to see if the dreads were worth it. Do you think the dreads were worth it in the orc list?
Or let me add to that before you answer. Do you think if they are worth it, is it more than 3, or if you can only afford 3, not worth it?
3 is worth it. I like 3 for 300 points for 2 CP. You can deep strike in. It can do things. I have a list. Spoiler alert, that has 9.
Wow.
I believe they're that powerful. I believe that there's some things in the game right now that we can compare them to. Maybe they're Talos, maybe they're things like that, right? Like something that people have. So I think for 100 points in this army, I think it can fulfill the role of if 9 of them drop down, right? And if I had 6 of those, I feel like I would have charged, and no matter what, I could have killed Magnus.
I'm gonna field a couple questions from chat if Shay and Juice have a second. Obviously I don't want to burn your entire night. Almost Pro Gaming, I don't know if this is a question direct to us. He says, I think the orcs are really good, high tier 2 or low tier 3. We should see a lot of them in the next few months, I think. I know you didn't direct that at us. I know that was a response to somebody else, Almost Pro Gaming. Shay, being on the beatdown side of what Juice considers to be a tame orc army, how would you rate them based on tiers? If like you're talking low tier 1, high tier 2, what do you think?
I'd probably agree with that, honestly. Because the list I brought definitely wasn't tailored to fight against orcs. I mean, I put so many points into big single model units like Bloodthirster, Magnus, the Demon Prince. Had I been able to bring like, I don't know, 100 Bloodletters, I might have been able to keep up with how many orc boys he had and did a better job with my screening. That would have been better at counteracting them. And I feel like that's something you probably would see at a tournament.
Shay, let me hit you with this. If orcs become a meta, Bloodletters are like the worst thing in the world to fight orcs, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, suddenly Demonettes start mattering. Suddenly, you know what I mean? Things like that. But I would say this now, agree with me or disagree with me. Your turn 1, you seem to have gotten overwhelmed by the speed of the orcs.
Yeah.
It's entirely permissible. Now, like some people, they defend their decisions and everything like that. This is what me and Austin's prediction was, right? Me and Austin were like, seems like my man Shay could have put 1 row of Brimstone horrors on the line, and then everything else in the army could have been just in that corner. Then Juice would have had to decide if he wanted to be out of position to kill a unit of Brimstone horrors and get sucker punched by you or not. Do you feel like your deployment was a mistake?
Yeah, probably. I didn't want to try to shoehorn myself into the corner too much because I did pick recon as one of my objectives.
Which you never got a point on, I don't think, right?
Yeah, no, that was a mistake. Absolutely. I should have picked something different. So yeah, I would say my deployment was definitely a mistake on that end.
Shay, I want you to know I've trapped myself. Actually, the one game that I lost in the open at Nova this past year, I did that exact same thing. Is I took recon, a game in which I did not need to overextend myself, but it's just a gut instinct. Oh, I have models, I have units, I have speed. I always take recon.
Yeah, that was my idea.
Right? Like
I could spread across this side of the board, deploy my guys back there, and get it easy.
Exactly. But in that same game that I lost is I didn't know at that time, but I needed to be more bunched up. I needed to weather the storm, and I need to do things like that. And that was actually one of the reasons why I lost.
Juice, would you say that that's advice to some? Because people in the chat during this entire show were like, "How do you fight this list? How do you fight this list?" And I said simply, "Well, if you listen to the podcast, we talk about chaff kills chaff, et cetera, et cetera. You need to tailor to this." But would you say, in the meantime, bunching up in the corner?
That's right.
Is what's up.
Well, I'll tell you.
In a nutshell, I call it. I actually had to face 90 Storm Boys in the second round of the Open there for the second bracket, excuse me. And the guy brought, and I feel so bad, an amazing individual. And I can't remember his name right now. I feel terrible about it. But a great guy. He actually has a spent brass shell casings as his jump packs. But
like IRL?
In real life, yeah.
That's
Storm Boys, dude, it's a sick conversion. I really like it. But so testicular fortitude is what it takes. You sit in your corner, you sit in your corner, and you take the Spartan shield brace. You know, right? Like you take your stance, you take your casualties, you make your armor saves, and then you kill 17, and 3 inches forward, and then you brace, you take your casualties, and then you kill 19 more, and then now. Depending on what army you're playing, the orcs have been tamed a little bit. You've been able to pick up the wall banner. You've been able to pick up some other things, right? With your special characters or assassins or psychic abilities or shining spears, whatever the case may be. Now the 90 Storm Boys in your face are really only 63, right? And then they don't have as many buffs.
Yeah.
Now leadership starts mattering and stuff like that. And where they have 2 really good turn 1s and 2, now
you take
it's time
the bottom of the game.
Yeah,
4, and
through
5.
6 is
Au-
good.
And
Austin, did
seeing
you
how
guys?
the-
I don't want to cut you off, Juice, but I see Austin's face. I know you can't see him, and he's like been chomping at the bit to add to this.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to be the most important thing that I can tell Shay is you can't be so cavalier in the movement phase. Not movement phase, in the deployment phase of the game.
Yeah.
There's no reason when you're fighting an army that's coming for you, and there's no ifs, ands, or but that this orc army was built to come after you, put 90 models in your face. Whatever your screening unit was, you picked the dogs. I feel like you thought you were going to go first with the dog screening,
Which was a marked unit.
Which was a marked unit. You could have had the brimstones up front, nothing else in the list. You can pre-measure everything and say, regardless if he swings twice, he cannot touch anything else but this one unit. Regardless of your list wasn't built for orcs or you don't have a optimized competitive build, just having your one hound unit, how much would you have enjoyed just charging the storm?
One time with that hound unit.
Just one time. You would have eaten half of them. So even that puts you back in it. Maybe you don't win, but it's instead of 30 to 15, it's 28-24. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I do want to say how huge it was for me going first.
Yeah.
Oh, the erection was throbbing, Juice.
I rolled the dice and I was like,
6.
I want you to know I feel solid with this.
Something feels wrong,
That's right.
and it might be his erection.
Yes.
I shifted the table a little bit there. So either way, yeah, look to the future. Head on over to Patreon. Check out Patreon.com/BattleBrother. You can check out Sean and I. We're going to break down this game. We're going to talk even more about what a competitive orc list is going to be. We both have one in mind. Also, this was Evil Sons. We could spend a month on, in my opinion, on this on the orc builds that can come out of this book with all the different buffs. But ladies and gentlemen, for everybody who's tuning in and watching, the 300 plus of you, let me tell you something. Do not think that you're going to pick up 180 orc models and have a fun game that's 2.5, 3 hours long if you are not prepared to sweat. Like this is the entire time. Everybody's like, Juice, you all right? And I'm like, yep. I'm just like, I am running.
Hustling.
You know, I'm running from one side to the other. Do this, you know.
That's a fact. And real quick, let me do a little plug for some people we work with. Element Games and Orks Hobbies. These are two people we work with. Element Games makes a MDF movement trays, 32mm, 25mm. I use them. You guys watch me on Frontline TV at SoCal Open, get through 2 games on the top table, moving literally 180 models, lickety split. Orks Hobbies makes resin cast versions of those movement trays. That's just step 1 of moving your models around. But Juice, let me hit you with this. Also, there it is. That's what I want you to show off. That movement. Who makes that one?
Elric's Hobbies and Games.
Elric's Hobbies and Games, sponsor at the Long War. Look, I know you guys are going to break this game down hard. ! Battle Bros. If you're watching on Twitch, follow that Patreon link if you want to get the most solid tactics I have seen to date on this game, known as Warhammer 40K. Before we get out of here, is Rob still in the room?
He is.
Can you put Rob on the headset? I want you guys to like say your pieces, say goodbye, and I want Rob, because you know what, this is. It doesn't feel right if I don't have Rob telling us to go to the longword.net and all those things.
That's right.
Rob has been in studio. The most famous man of 40K has been a part of this production. You can't see this guy, but he has been a part of this.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
Shay, I love you,
Boots,
homie.
Dan and Spikey, Cat, Long Nut, Rob.
Yes, Long Nut. That's his name.
Yeah, come on over, guys.
I don't know what that means, but I want to figure it out.
This one time, Juice accidentally said, if you want to become a veteran of Longword today, go to longword.net. And we just left it in the video, and that's longword.net. Right. So here it is. That's Beats Lab Dan and Rob Bear, the most famous people. One of them is the most famous person in 40K. One of them is relatively a total hobo.
Your beard is looking excellent, by the way.
Oh, appreciate it, bro.
He only cares about 3 things: his beard, 40K, and beer.
Rob can't grow a beard.
But hey,
No, it's no shave. No shave November.
no, he's actually shaving. Yeah. No, it's. But look, real quick, Beats Lab Dan, aka Boots on the Ground Dan. He's been a big part. You guys don't even know what he's been doing behind the scenes, keeping us updated so we can cast. Thank you, Dan. And this is the Beats Lab in what region of the country would you call the location your store is in?
Southeast, right? Yeah, southeast.
Aberdeen. What the fuck?
It's Aberdeen, North Carolina.
Or is
So-
it Southern Pines?
What's up?
Southern
Is
Pines.
it Southern Pines?
It's Aberdeen.
God, I told you. See, Kenny. I
God
told you.
damn it. I don't know what you guys do out there.
They're literally like,
Municipalities are a thing
yeah,
here.
they don't. I don't even know. They don't know. The post
Nobody
office
knows what
doesn't
the
know.
lines are.
No.
Hey, so if you guys are
Um,
in the South region, you guys want to
yeah.
come down, meet some of the Long War guys, meet Rob, meet Juice, meet Beats Lab Dan, and even A-Dog Austin. This is a spot to be right here. So obviously, exclamation point lists, jump over there. It'll take you right to the Beats Lab page. But Rob, the king of 40K.
And cats.
And the emperor of cats, of cat kind. He's been here all day, and that man is the busiest man of 40K. I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Rob.
Also, I want to say I love you.
He loves.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So we have 200 people left in here who still decided that this was entertaining enough to watch. I don't like promoting paywalls because, god damn it, they're annoying. But Rob, do you have
Well,
any?
seriously, go sign up at our paywall. Head on over to thelongwar.net, the home of the live battle reports now for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.